What's up, dude? I think we're on.
Hey, before we start, I got to talk to you about something personal.
Fire away. What's up, everybody? Newsboyz, here we go. Fucking happening. Trevor, can you see on the stream what Sam built? So we have this like weird graphic over us. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks cool. I guess.
It's a lot.
It's that thing that we hated from our show, though, which is all the stains.
Check this out. Boom, gone. Should we leave it off?
Oh. No, I like it. Let's put it back.
All right, we'll put it back on.
The stains are growing on me.
We like stains.
Well, I like the logos and everything.
Wait a minute, but how come our shit's gone? Wait, when I do the oh, because it's black text over black. We're gonna have to fix that. Because now our Twitter handles are all gone and all the text is gone. So it's
oh, that sucks.
That's stupid.
Well, the chat says it likes stains. Hi, chat. How are you?
Hello, chat. How's everybody doing out there? It's good to see you.
Newsboy Nation. A lot of news this week.
Has there been? I've avoided looking at any current events. I know nothing.
I know the bare minimum, but I know there's stuff. I mean, there wasn't a huge thing that happened today, like there has been every other time.
Well, there kind of was a little. It wasn't huge. You're right. Nothing huge.
What happened today?
Well, his Fakakta interview with Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He did an interview with Rush Limbaugh. He dropped an F-bomb on the air.
Oh.
Which is not that big of a deal. It's not like he got COVID.
I mean, it's kind of cool,
like
actually.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess now you like Trump.
That's all I needed.
He cussed on Rush's show?
That's so rad. Did his mom freak?
No. Now I'm getting texts from my family and they're coming up on the thread, so that's not good. Although maybe Sam Stained covers them. Oh, it does perfectly. I don't need to worry about it. Sweet. Never mind. Sorry. How was work today?
It was good. It was crazy. We're shooting a TV show. It was like first episode back since the COVID, and it's weird. It's weird because it's kind of like it doesn't feel normal at all. But then when you look through the lens, you know, because everyone, even when they're rehearsing, they got masks on.
Well, I saw that you tweeted a photo where you've got like a mask and then a shield over your head, right?
Yeah, because if I go onto the set to give notes, you know, or if I want something done a little differently, like I have to not only have a mask but a face shield because the actors do not have masks at that point.
So are they promising to quarantine at all times? Like when they're not working?
Yep. And then we're like all tested like all the time. Like I get multiple COVID tests every week, which is great. I love it. It's like peace of mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we hit high train level 5 already? Are you kidding? Hang on.
How did we do that?
No, we're level 4. If we hit level 5, we got to do something. I don't know what we have to do.
Right.
We can figure that out, though.
But it's good seeing everybody.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone's here. I see Twerkin is doing some shit. What's up, Twerkin? What up, Price?
We're an hour later.
Yeah, sorry we're a little bit later than usual, but check the schedule.
This might be our new time for the time being.
And we might also be an hour later tomorrow. We might do 8 o'clock tomorrow for whatever that's worth.
Right.
What's
up? I will not be there tomorrow.
But we are going to have a really fun day tomorrow without you because you don't know Jack. The Jackbox team is giving us early access to the new You Don't Know Jack. So we're going to play it. And we're going to play it. Ron Funches is going to join us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think we're going to probably get some other comedians and shit like that. So it's going to be fucking awesome. Tomorrow's going to be great.
The only reason I'm not going to be there is because it's my 10-year wedding anniversary. But let me see what I can do.
Congratulations.
Maybe I can get out of it, and I can play some Jackbox with, cool. How's your week been? We've talked briefly, but every time I've talked to you this week, you've been on like a stream.
That's right. We've talked mostly while I've streamed. It's been good. For anyone here that doesn't know, I play Dark Souls or Bloodborne or something like that from 11 to 1 West Coast time, Monday to Friday. So come check it. But other than that, it's been good, man. I'm wrapping up. I'm finally done with my documentary. We picture lock on Friday.
Oh, nice.
So that's been like 2 years of my life coming to a close, which I'm pretty fucking stoked about. It looks great. It's gonna be awesome.
Do you know when it will air?
No.
Okay.
But that's cool. And then I've been, I don't know, other shit, but it's been good. All right, so here's something I did. today is I asked everyone that wanted to have their story read to go into our Discord where they could suggest Newsboys stories in the Newsboys section. So if you guys want to go to our Discord, you can do it now. You could throw stories.
Oh, we're
in
at
there.
level 5, by the way.
Oh shit! All right. Well, if we we already hit it. We passed it. We're at 624. Who do we call? What do we do? You know, I tried to do. I maxed it out today while I was doing Collective Souls, and I tried to call Sam's mom as a Trump campaign worker to try and sway her vote to see if I could get her to freak out. She did not answer, but then I called Sam to try and convince Sam that she dropped an N-bomb during chat. And
what did he say? Did he believe it for a second?
He didn't believe me for a second.
See, the problem is we can't call the 5 guys because everybody
They all
knows.
know. Everybody knows.
Especially Newsboys. I mean, like all these other shows, nobody knows when they're on. No one gives a shit, honestly. But like Newsboys, everybody knows that show. It is the flagship show of the network.
I am always. Oh, we couldn't fuck with Sam right now because I know he's watching a basketball game and he is not. We might possibly be able to catch him off guard.
We could call his girlfriend and see if at an important point she could turn off the TV.
Would she film it so we could watch it? And would she do it? I don't know that she'd do it.
I think she'd do it, but you're right. It's not a good idea. She'd have to film it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to call. We should just order a pizza to Sam's house.
Dude, that's so sick. Dude, when I was a little kid, we used to try and... I thought the funniest prank, and this was when I was like 12, before I knew what a prank was and had no power. So I didn't have a car. I didn't have any money. I couldn't really do anything. But I remember I was at my buddy Ryan's house. You know Ryan. And we ordered a pizza.
Well, we're at 1,000% on this thing.
Oh my god! Well, we got it. We definitely got to fuck with Sam.
All right.
Let me finish this. We ordered a pizza, and then we had the exact right amount of money, but in pennies. Like, so we spent like hours that morning counting out like $15.97 in pennies, you know. Mm-hmm. And then when the pizza guy showed up, we were like, we handed him like this big bag of pennies, and he's just like,
"Did you laugh as you did it?" Or
yeah,
did
we
you,
were
like,
dying laughing as we thought it was the funniest fucking prank we'd ever done, and we held it out, and he was just like, "Guys, this is not cool," and no, and we were like, oh, we like instantly were panicking and then running around trying to find real dollars. Like all it took for him was to just be like, not cool, and then we like instantly hours of preparation of counting.
He's like, I'm a teenager, you're children, you're not bossing me around.
Yeah. Ryan's my other prank was to put a dead squirrel in our Halloween trick-or-treat bag, and when we trick-or-treat, like hold the squirrel like clearly up so people would be putting candy and be like, what the fuck? So, sociopath, here we go.
I lived in a very like rural community, and I did a public access show when I was a kid. So I was always like prank calling people, but like recording it and putting it on public access. Yeah. And there was a surname called Shiflet.
Oh yes.
Which is like where I lived, 99.999% of the Shiflets were like the biggest like rednecks you would ever like find. Like it was just like one family that like had deep roots there. And so a thing I used to love to do is I would call them and pretend I was from the newspaper, and thank them for their donation for Gay Pride month. Uh-huh. And I would say that we're running a full color advertisement with their name in it, and they would freak the fuck out. Like they would get so mad, and they'd be like, like I didn't send any money. It was like, oh well, even if, I guess there must have been a mix up, but whatever, it's in the paper, it'll go out like this Sunday. They're like, you take it out of there. And they're like, and I'd be like, I can't. You're like the biggest name on there. They're like, why? I'm like, you donated the most amount of money. It's like, it's actually just big, your name, and then other names around it in front of a rainbow flag. And they're like, I'll sue you. Like losing their shit.
That's pretty fantastic. There's a very successful actor in Hollywood now with the last name Shiflet. He can't be that successful because I don't know his real name, but I know that I've seen the guy in credits on TV and be like, Shiflet? Oh yeah. That's who Trevor used to fuck with. Okay, somebody is obsessed with this question. Jay Skywalker wants to know, Trevor, who was the best man at your wedding?
It was Sam.
Oh, I thought it was Kyle.
Was it? No, it was Sam.
Oh, Sam? Oh.
Yeah. No, Kyle was at the wedding, but Sam was best man. Because he did the best man speech.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And it bombed.
Did it? I have no memory
No,
of
I'm
it.
just.
Do you remember anything from that speech?
I think he started out with like the "love is patient, love is kind" thing.
Shut the fuck up. No, he didn't.
It was a joke. Like he wasn't seriously doing it. But there was a bit. I don't remember the bit, but there was a bit.
Okay.
Someone says turn Trevor up. Maybe it's my thing.
Turn Trevor up. Hang on. Actually, I think that might be. Say something, dude.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. So I think I turned you up. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Thank you. Keep the audio notes coming. We fucking need them. I'll turn me down too a little bit. How about that? He was your best man, and you won't let him on Newsboyz. Somebody says, "Yeah, that's how you nailed it. That you got it exactly right."
Yeah. So I mean, people like have certain skills. Like Sam is a great best man. He would fucking suck shit on Newsboyz.
It would be a disaster. It has been a disaster every time he's called in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody says, do you guys still do stuff? I think that's a good segue for us to do our quick, brief 2-minute pitch. Yes, we do. On YouTube, there's a link on the Twitch page. You can see we do a D&D campaign called Buckerson and Myers. We've written some sketches that we're hoping to figure out how to shoot in the coming weeks. But most importantly, we're online again. We're doing all of this to raise money for a feature film that's going to be animated that we are about to pull the trigger on like in the next 2 weeks. Like
this week we have been looking at different animation styles from the animation house. We're about 10% of the way to funding the movie.
Yeah.
And that was a big
10? No. Is that true? 10?
Yeah, we're about 10.
All right.
So is that bad?
No, it's fantastic. I can't believe
it. I think it's good. But so we've hit, someone says 4 more years. No, we hope, our goal is to have this out within 2 years. And that's like coming out within 2 years.
Yeah.
We hit the first mile marker, which was at 10%. We can actually start getting the animation done, the characters designed. We'll get an animatics for the entire feature film. We're going to, and when we get that stuff, we're going to show you guys little bits of it as we go along.
So it's coming, and I'm excited.
Yeah. Someone says, haven't you been working on this movie for 7 years? Yes.
Yeah,
we have.
So.
But in that time, just to clarify, we have basically wrote 2.5 movies in that amount of time, because we would write a movie and then we'd be like, oh wait, we have this other idea. And then we'd write that. And then, so there was 3 movies in contention at one point.
Well, wait a minute. 3? I know that there's Fight Barn, which we can talk all day about Fight Barn, because we're never going to make it. We could spoil the shit out of that movie, right?
We might make it. Who knows? That's good.
Yeah. It's no Mars, dude.
No, it's no Mars. Mars is the best. Then there was another one.
I don't know what the other one was.
Oh, was there only 2? Was there only 2?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. So we're not going to do Fight Barn.
Let's talk about Fight Barn. Fight Barn's fun.
Fight Barn is fun.
It's about. Go ahead.
It's basically our version of the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah. It's about 2 brothers that live in like rural America, and one of them tries to start a fight club, but somehow he pisses off the Mortal Kombat universe. Don't ask us how. I honestly don't even remember how.
So basically what happens is there's a underground on like a forbidden island. There's this Mortal Kombat universe where people fight, and it's all these, and they're like basically all the characters from Mortal Kombat, and they fight to the death, and it's this kind of thing. And then something happens where the champion like runs away, and everyone is chasing the champion because you have to kill the champion to become the next champion. And he falls asleep in our barn.
He hides out. Yeah.
And we accidentally kill him, like completely on accident.
Becoming the champion.
Yeah, and then we become the champion. So then all of on a long weekend when our parents are out of town, which is also the greatest thing. If we did this now, we're like 40 years old, but we're still playing that, like we live at our parents' house and everything. Yeah. So it's like on the weekend that our parents are out of town, all these monsters from the Mortal Kombat universe descend on our barn because that's where he died. Yeah. And they have a Mortal Kombat fight to the death in our barn.
It's like a combination of Risky Business, Mortal Kombat, Fight Club, And
Yeah.
like, what's the stupidest comedy ever made? I don't know. It was
Miss
fun.
March.
It was good. It had some great jokes in it.
Yeah.
I think
Timmy's character is fantastic in it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. Timmy's character almost makes me want to do the movie just for that.
You know what? We
'cause-
should just write a movie just about that character. Just that would write itself. Yeah. Isn't it funny how Timmy is always the muse? Like everything we write, writing for Timmy is the most fun part of the script. It's kind of crazy.
Well, we're obsessed with him.
Yeah. How can you not be? Timmy did another Zucchini Boys this week. I didn't watch it. People loved it. Yeah, he's basically a god in man's form. That's right, Ralph Wiggum. What's up, Ralph Wiggum?
But anyway, that movie we just described sucks shit compared to
it's no Mars.
Mars, yeah.
Mars
So-
truly is leaps and bounds better. Hey, Zach and
my
Trevor,
favorite-
I just found out that my girlfriend sells nudes on Snapchat and OnlyFans, and I'm uncomfortable with it. Is this something that should be a deal breaker since I object to it fairly strongly? Yeah, it sounds like you have a fundamental difference of values. Yeah.
First of all, prove it.
Yeah. Okay, so wait a minute. I do feel bad having I think I might be blowing. I'm going to turn myself down a little bit. Tell me if that's too much, guys. I do
We're
feel
already
bad
over
that our hype
1,000
train
views.
maxed out and we haven't honored it. So I think we should try something. But I don't want to call Sam because it's just the opposite of entertainment.
Well, what's Sam's mom's number? I can call her.
Is it a little late though? It's 11, right?
But it's a prank. You can't get mad at a prank.
You want me to text it to you?
Just say it. No, let's. I don't know. Should we not call her on the East Coast?
Yeah, I don't know about calling a woman in her. I don't even know how old she is, but 11 o'clock. I feel like that's over the line, especially to prank her. It's a little fucked up.
What if we just say like, I don't know.
We can call Darren.
What if we call her and be like, hey, I didn't want to do this, but we hit a hype train and Sam wanted me to call you. To his mom.
She'll be like, "What's a hype train?"
All right.
We gotta. It's gotta be better. Why don't we call? We could call Darren.
I'm calling Sam's mom.
Okay, cool.
I'm just going rogue.
Just hold the speaker up to the mic.
All right. What am I going to say to her?
Just tell her you're from the Trump campaign. You want to convince her to vote Trump. What can you say to convince her to vote
Didn't
Trump?
you just do this?
No, she didn't answer.
Oh, okay. So I'm from the Trump. Does she really hate
She
Trump?
loathes him. She'll lose.
Really?
And just whenever you run out of things to say just give him a chance.
But it's gonna 11 o'clock at night. Are Trump people calling at 11
gives a
o'clock
shit?
at night? She's gonna know it's me.
So just give him a chance.
Hold on, I'm hanging up. What if I just breathe really heavy into the phone?
No, that's terrifying. That's threatening and not cool.
Do you think? What if she has my number though in her phone?
Do you think that she does? If she does,
don't know.
all the better. It'll be funny. She'll get
All
a
right.
kick out of it.
All right.
Somebody says this seems wildly illegal. Well, you're gonna come clean on the phone. We're not
No,
gonna
I'm
leave
not.
her with the
I am.
impression that people don't like this idea.
What if I go? Hi, I'm a Los Angeles police officer, and your son Sam Brown was just arrested for public indecency and writing Holocaust denial graffiti.
I think you're gonna give a heart attack.
She's like, I know this would happen someday.
Yeah, he's always been talking about it. He finally did it.
Nate is watching. He says, don't breathe heavy. She's afraid of local Trump supporters because she writes opinions in local papers. Oh, okay. So I should call up and be like,
Well, Nate kind of just gave you the blessing to call her because he said don't breathe heavy. He didn't say don't call her. So I think
what if I go like, I saw the opinion you wrote in the paper.
you're gonna terrify her.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. I'm on my way. I got my murder shoes on. All right. What am I going to say? What if I just say I'm super depressed?
That's you don't want to upset this woman. Jesus
But
Christ.
what's the point? What is the point of this if we're not upsetting people?
I know. All right. I don't know what to do about this. All right, let's just bear it in mind. We're going to figure out over the course of the night who we're going to fuck with.
All right. Well,
Zach, turn yourself up just a bit. Thank you very much.
what if I say this is the power company, and we're just letting her know we're shutting her power off tomorrow? Because of her anti-Trump opinion.
Do the Trump thing. Just tell her she's gonna lose it. It'll be funny.
It's gonna suck because I don't know what I'm doing.
That's the whole point.
I feel unprepared.
Just lean into. Just give him a chance. Why won't you just give him a chance?
Someone says this is making me cringe.
It's making me nervous.
Hi, you've reached Kathy.
All right. She's off the hook, man.
Did I call her again?
Huh?
Did I call her again?
No, let's leave it alone. Right. One person in chat said this is cringe, and it made me like, yeah, this is stupid. Let's move on. Yeah, fuck this. Come on, here we go. You want to get into news shit?
Yes.
We could learn about the news. Okay. First thing we could talk about that I know you know, the fucking Michigan militia. Huh? How fucking crazy is that?
Right.
How many dudes was it? That was.
What a fucking crazy idea. So the idea, from what I understand, which is just hearing this from other people, I haven't read anything, is that they are a bunch of dudes, don't like the governor.
Mm-hmm.
And so the idea was someone says 4 billion guys. I don't think it was that big. It wasn't that big of a group. They go in and they want to put a bomb on a bridge
to distract the police.
Right? Which is a good move. I mean, that seems like that's a solid move.
They clearly had a plan. They weren't just like tweakers who were going to just like rampage. Sure.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said classic. It is. That's classic.
You ever see that movie, that Canadian movie Rampage? It's so fucked up. You know who Uwe Boll is? That director. Anyway, he made a movie where a guy did all this shit. Anyway, keep going.
So then they want to. So when all the police go over to the bridge, then they're going to storm, I guess, her office, take her hostage, and then they're going to take her out to their. Oh, this is Sam's mom.
Oh,
it's Sam's mom. It's Sam's mom. Oh. Hello?
What are you doing calling?
Oh, God damn it. Nate called her and ruined it.
This is hi. My name is Kyle Kreger. I'm calling from the Trump president campaign.
Oh, really, Kyle?
It's over. It's fucking over.
I wanted to know if you would think about voting for our president, Donald James Trump.
Donald James Trump.
Yeah.
Not a fucking chance in hell.
Will you give him a chance?
Contaminated. He's a piece of shit.
Did you hear that he said the fuck word on radio today, which is kind of cool?
I heard quite impressive that he has advanced his language skills to that word because it's quite advanced for him, actually.
Zach, did you fought to get the Darren fight? Not yet.
So you're not gonna. Did Nate call you?
No.
Oh.
Yes, he did.
I didn't. Not tonight. No.
Did you?
I did a reverse lookup for who was calling me.
Oh.
Because I don't answer unless I recognize the name, and it in fact told me that Trevor Moore owns that number.
Oh, all right.
All right, get off the phone. This is
being a high train, and everyone wanted wanted to call you.
Yeah, people need to know the news, Trevor.
And we weren't going to do it, but then Nate said you were probably up.
I was up. I was watching episodes, which is not great, but whatever.
Okay. All right. Well,
nothing else to watch.
I'm sorry to bother you.
You didn't bother me.
All right. Well, hope you're doing well.
I am. I did a standout for a local Democrat who's running against a Trumper here on Cape Cod today.
Okay, bye, Kathy.
All right, okay.
Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Come on. We got 1,000 people watching us. We had 1,100. Now we're down. Let's go. We got to get this train back on the tracks.
What the fuck? How did
That was the worst prank call, by the way.
It was a bad fucking prank. I was saying it from the beginning. This wasn't going to work.
Donald James Trump, dude.
That's his name.
John.
What?
Donald John Trump.
I don't know.
I know that. All right.
But like she already had the reverse dial. She knew it was me before she called.
We were fucked already.
Yeah.
I still think Nate called her.
Maybe.
Yeah. Hey,
right.
Hold on a second here. Annie Hayes, thanks for doing all the gifted, my man. That's fucking fantastic. Pop likes it hot. Mean Gene, thank you guys. Psilocybin, Nitronome, Dunder Control. You guys are fucking
Someone
awesome.
said that is not a bad prank. That is not a prank. And I agree. I don't think that is a fully thought out prank.
Well, it's all in the execution, man.
I can't execute it well if she's got reverse ID.
It's all in the execution. All right, Duo. Yeah, you're right about that. Duo 993. Thanks, buddy. Sarah JH. I think I've got. If I missed you, I missed a lot of people. Hamster Wheel, Molly Wampin, the Katata Fish.
Someone says that kind of sucked. Well, you're fucking banned for life.
Yeah, you kind of suck, fucker.
Channel Lock 96.
Finish
the fucking
the story.
96th person to get that name. Channel. What?
Were we telling a story? Well, let's talk about the news. Yeah, we were kind of midstream on these Michigan militia guys. What were you saying?
Oh yeah, so they wanted to kidnap the governor, and then they were going to take her to their fucking base. I guess I don't know where a militia lives, but it's probably a base, right?
You know, it's just a barn in some dude's backyard.
One person's barn is another person's base. I don't know. They were going to take her back somewhere, and then they were going to have a trial.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking Bane or something. and then I don't know what the fucking plan was.
Oh.
But they were like, wanted it to get into a civil war. So I don't know how you jump to giving like a governor a trial to all of a sudden full out civil war. But like that was the plan. Seems like a bunch of fucking idiots. I mean, no, I don't want. Well, I don't want them to get pissed off at us, so I don't mean fucking idiots. I just mean it didn't seem like it was thought through. It seemed about as thought through as that fucking prank.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, they're terrorists, dude. You know.
Yeah.
And here's the crazy thing: not to dip this into some rage, but like, has Trump said anything about this? The law and order president. You know what he did when the news came out that these guys were plotting to like kidnap a governor? Is he started tweeting shit at the governor. He started like criticizing her and coming at her. It's fucking ridiculous, man.
What was he saying? You would get kidnapped.
Yeah. She's so kidnappable. She's like the most kidnappable. Fucking
what
ridiculous.
A fucking dumbass almost gets kidnapped.
Oh my god. If they were like American Muslims, people's heads would be exploding left, right, and center, but they're just a bunch of
Someone
fucking
says she's a fucking tyrant though. Does she suck?
No, people are calling her a tyrant because she fucking mandated a shutdown and said people had to wear masks. And then Trump said liberate Michigan. He kind of fucking started this shit.
Lots of people are mandating masks.
I know.
I don't know. Anyway, it seemed to me like a dumb idea.
Yeah.
That's my hot take on it.
Personally, who gives a shit? Jesus Christ. Yeah, so that was happening. I just don't understand how planning a bomb under the bridge. Like, do they think all the cops are like just hanging out with her? And like the bomb's gonna draw them off her. Like she doesn't. That's not how it works, guys.
No, but I think the idea is that like if you cause, especially like in a small town, like wherever the hell they were, like you know, if something goes down, like there's a bomb, all the cops are gonna go there. So then there's a bomb. There's no cops around the part of town that you're going to be doing your illegal shit. Who was that fucking
Anders Breivik? He did that.
That Norwegian
yeah,
dude. He did that.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up.
So I don't know. I'm against the whole plan. I think it sounds dumb.
There it is.
That's one news story.
All right, we did it. We're 1 for 1, man. Fucking bullseye on that one. Oh, here's one. Derek Chauvin released from prison.
That's the George Floyd guy, right?
Yeah, he's out, baby. He's walking around. He's on bail, $1 million bond.
How do you fucking get $1 billion?
A million with an M.
Oh, but how do you get $1 million? Isn't he a cop? Do cops have $1 million?
Dude, I wouldn't put it past a bunch of people to like send this fucking guy money.
Cops shouldn't have $1 million. Not for that job. It's fucking walking the park.
Not that cop. I don't know.
So he's like, well, I mean, it's people who get charged with stuff. They can go. Does everyone? I don't know enough about anything, but like, does everybody get to leave on bail if they can meet the bail, or are there some people that do a crime where they're like, there's no bail.
Yeah,
you don't get
that definitely happens.
Yeah. It's weird that like if I was that cop, and like everybody hated me.
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to be out.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you know what it makes me think of? Remember in Curb Your Enthusiasm where like was it in Curb where like Michael Richards, you know, he'd had his whole fiasco at the last Laugh Factory where he like, you know, he went off. Oh no, I think it was a Chris Rock stand-up bit where he's like, he's got to hide from like all brothers. He's like, he's got to hide from all of them. He's like, you know, I got to hide from 3. That's scary enough. Like, he's got to hide from all of them. Like, this dude, that's his real life for forever. Like, this dude, and not just from, like, all brothers, but, like, yeah, where does that guy hide? Where is he going to go? Like, maybe jail's the safest place for that fucking dude.
I mean, it's like, it seems to me that, like, okay, you're in jail, or you spend $1 million and then you have to go sit in a different room. It's not like he can fucking go out to a restaurant. He's still got to sit. He's still sitting in a room either way. So like,
yeah, but I guess prison is probably the fucking worst. Like,
yeah, you probably get to control the television at your house. You probably don't get to control it.
And you probably don't need to worry about like everyone in there wanting to slit your throat. Like everyone in the building. Jesus Christ.
Right. Someone said you only have to put up 10% of the bail. Is that true?
No, I saw that too. That doesn't seem right.
So he's out, and people are mad at him.
I'm scrolling through the Discord. By the way, guys, come to our Discord. There's a Newsboyz thread on the official WKUK Discord. That's what I'm looking at. Scroll through. Do you have that up, Trevor?
The what?
Yeah, the Discord, dude.
Yes.
Oh, you do really?
No, I don't. I have no.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to look at that?
If you want to look at the stories that people want us to talk about, you could go there.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to.
I'm sorry. I was reading the chat. I was reading the chat when you were talking, and I wasn't really listening. I apologize.
I accept your apology. Here's a good one. New Orleans Archbishop, priest desecration of altar is demonic. Ooh, that looks interesting.
I do not understand the Discord. I don't even know if I'm on the right one.
Okay, don't worry about it. The Archbishop of New Orleans said Friday that a priest filming of a pornographic videotape atop a church's altar was demonic, and that the priest will never again serve in the Catholic ministry. I'm guessing that the porn that this priest filmed was with an adult, a consenting adult, and now they're getting upset. There's a lot I could say here.
It's like, how much does that guy want to be a priest anyway? If he's like filming porn on the altars, it's not like he really like cherished the job. Yeah. Like, you know.
Yeah.
That was probably like, you can't fire me. You know, like I quit.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just move him to a different parish and keep the whole thing quiet. You know.
Someone said he had a 3-way with 2 dominatrixes.
Wait, is that what you're reading?
Yeah, that's what the chat's saying.
Whoa. That's
wow.
Pretty cool. He sounds like a pretty awesome priest, dude.
Yeah, he seems like he should just be a chill dude and not a priest.
Yeah, Dixon is a pornographic performer and dominatrix. According to NOLA.com, she had posted on her social media the day before her arrest that she was headed to New Orleans to defile a house of God alongside another dominatrix. Pretty great. I'm into that.
Weird.
Yeah, man. What's the most fucked up thing you've ever done or seen done in a church?
I went to a Christian school and my friend like fingered a girl in the baptismal.
In a baptismal?
Yeah, in the baptismal pool, he like fingered a girl, but it was like
pool?
not even. It was empty.
How big is the pool, dude?
No, they're not big. It's like the one behind like the altar. That's like, you know, so the church had like the altar, the podium, and then behind it, elevated, was a baptismal pool that they only fill on like days when they're actually doing baptisms. but we had chapel in there. And then the guy came up, and he was a friend of mine, and he was like, and it was just like, but it was really lame because he was kind of like, I fingered, what's her name? I'm not gonna say it, but then he was like, he literally like, and he was like, it's so cool. And it was like, it wasn't like the girl wasn't that cool, like, so it was sort of like, oh, really? Like, and he's like in the baptismal, and I was like, okay, like, why? That seems uncomfortable.
Do you think he was telling the truth? That just sounds like such a kid lie.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is that.
What? Go ahead.
No, I mean, it's like, I have no idea. I like kind of, when he told me, I was kind of like, okay. Like, I've never been a guy who like really liked to hear their friends' sex shit.
Yeah.
I've never, I mean, if that is your thing, cool, whatever. Like, but I've never been like, I wonder how my friends fuck. Like, that's not been like a thing that like, and I've never, and I don't think you guys aren't either, because like, I never hung out with a friend group that actually was like, hey,
Except for that one time.
What?
Remember when someone got real drunk, was like, told us about the crazy, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But anyway, no one's gonna know it. Let's move on. But yeah.
You always do that.
I know, I'm the worst.
Your like favorite thing to do is like, hey, here's a story that would get you in trouble.
No. But you know what? You know what story that I did promise I would tell on Newsboyz was the. Remember when we met Mila Kunis?
Yeah.
And that was a pretty insane situation. Like, so we met with her about something. I remember we took her to this bar, and.
Well, so can I preface this?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is an important thing to realize, is that about at the age of 26 or 27, the Fox movie company let Zach and I do a movie, and we were probably at our dumbest around that. Yeah, we didn't know how anything worked. Like, we had hit some weird stroke of luck where the show came out, people liked it, like, and just things just kind of clicked into place, and then we got shot way too high up for what we were used to.
Yeah.
And so we made lots of bad decisions in the movie.
This was a very bad decision.
This is a huge bad decision.
Yeah, this was one of the worst decisions we made. So Mila Kunis had done that 70s show, but she'd just finished shooting Forgetting Sarah Marshall, right? Which was kind of her big comeback. Like, that kind of started her whole resurgence. So really, the only thing that we knew her from was that 70s show. And so we were meeting her about a part in this movie, and I remember we went to this bar in the Lower East Side, and we were like sitting in a booth. Like, you and me were sitting here, she was across.
It was pianos. We would meet everyone at pianos.
It was like the candy store or something.
Okay.
And I just remember, like, it wasn't going great. It wasn't going bad, but it wasn't like we weren't like really connecting. And I remember she just finished shooting Forgetting Sarah Marshall in Hawaii, and I was like, "So Judd Apatow movie, that's pretty cool. Like, how was filming?" And she goes, she's like, "It was pretty good, except for one day when I was on my day off, I was on a jet ski, and I was riding the jet ski, and I hit a wave, and the handlebar popped up, and it ripped my throat off." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, the jet ski's handlebar ripped my throat off." And we were like, "What?" Like,
what do you mean? What is that, like a metaphor?
No,
like, what do you mean?
It's not a metaphor. It ripped off my throat.
Like your throat? She's like, yeah, that my throat came off.
My throat came off of me. Like, wait,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you use the different words, like, to tell me what happened? I mean, not really. Like, it ripped my throat off. Like, that's what happened.
And we're like looking at her throat.
At her neck, it looks totally
It looks fine. It looks, honestly, it looks beautiful.
Yeah. And we're like, wait a minute, Mila, the handlebars ripped your throat off of your neck? Like, you had no throat? What do you mean no throat? She's like, I know, it ripped it off. She starts getting annoyed with us. Like, now we're not understanding.
She's like, are you fucking idiots?
She's like, it ripped off my throat.
Yeah.
I didn't have a throat then. And we're just like, I don't understand. And like, and it got to the point where we're just like, okay, walk away. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And like, you and I were like in front of her looking at each other being like,
yeah,
and
all right.
and then like she when she like left, we were done. Like I remember you and I go like, well, she's out of her fucking mind. Like, you know.
Yeah, we're like, all right, so that's a crazy person that we just hung out with. So then like a year later, I'm shooting the show. And
Which, by the way, hold on, I just want to say,
Yeah.
the huge mistake is she would have made way more people would have gone to see the movie if we had her as Zach's
She became a
girlfriend.
huge star. Like 3 months later, she became a huge star.
Yeah, but we were like, no, she seemed a little weird.
She said that her throat was ripped off, so that's kind of a deal breaker for us. So no thanks. Yeah. So then, like, dude, a year later or 2 years later, I'm shooting this show. And the DP of the show, the cinematographer, is this man, Russ Alsobrook is his name. And he was the DP of Forgetting Sarah Marshall. So one day on set, I remember our meeting with Mila, and I go up to him. I'm like, Russ, I was like, dude, Mila Kunis told me this craziest story about this jet ski accident on the set of Forgetting Sarah. Before I can finish the sentence, he goes, oh, yeah. I'm like, what's the deal? He goes, it ripped her throat off. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it ripped her throat off. I was like, Russ, tell me what happened. He's like, the jet ski popped up and it ripped off her throat. And I was like,
throat just came off.
Her throat
like
came
she had
off.
no throat.
I was like, how is that possible? He's like, we had to CGI her throat for half the movie. I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? He's like, yeah, CGI'd her throat. I mean, she was telling the total truth. Yeah. We just didn't understand. We couldn't process it. Fucking insane.
You know, another thing we did. This wasn't as bad because we had Craig Robinson play Horstick.mpeg, and he was fantastic.
That was a good decision that we made.
That was a good decision.
That was probably the best decision that we made.
But at a similar thing, it was at we met with Kenan Thompson.
Oh yeah.
So he came after our show. We played at this rock club called Pianos. We did our Whitest Kids shows every Sunday. So then before one of the shows, he showed up to like meet with us to talk about maybe playing Horstick.mpeg. And
very nice.
Wait, this isn't fucked up. You can talk about people who audition for things, right?
I don't think he would mind. He's doing fine.
He's doing okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, very funny. All that.
And he
all
didn't
the way
audition. We just had drinks with him.
Yeah. Guys, great. He shows up and he's dressed like a cartoon character of like a late 90s rapper. Like, you know, he's got like he's got like the puffy, overly puffy jacket. He's got like the crazy shades and all these chains.
I remember he had a do-rag.
Like yeah.
A jersey.
And he's just like, and he shows up, and so he's dressing like the character for the meeting.
But we don't know.
But like, I don't know him in real life. So like he sits down and we're talking about the character, and I go like, so I think he just wears like, you know, he's like this kind of thing. It's like, honestly, I think he dresses like you dress, actually. And Keenan's like, I don't dress like this. I wore this for you for the thing. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know. But it was like
being like, what a weird decision though. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. It was so sweet though. It was so sweet of him. He was awesome.
But it's like we just had these meetings with people who kept getting baffled at how over our head we were. They're like, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, but in our defense on the Keenan thing, it's like, that's not normal. You don't normally show up to a meeting dressed as the character.
And also, you can't show up for a meeting and somebody's dressed away and you go, ha, that's hilarious. You can't do that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Boy, we got some. Speaking of somebody saying these stories are absurd, I'm gonna take that as a positive. We got a little bit of friction for the Paris Hilton story that I put up on YouTube today.
Oh, did that go up?
Yeah.
What friction? What do you mean?
Why would people were upset
about that? About what?
Oh, the murder of dogs.
Oh, okay. Let's do something right here, which is like, if you're gonna be a fucking pain in the ass about a couple dog murder stories, I don't fucking want your money. I don't want you to watch our shit. I don't want you in here. Like, this is a safe community. You're gonna hear dog murder stories.
We got a lot more dog murder stories coming, so be ready now. Jesus.
So nothing personal, but if you are gonna get offended by that stuff, just get the fuck out of here. Go watch Nick Merckx. Go watch who else we got? Who's doing well over here?
Probably Shroud. I don't know.
Yeah, go watch Shroud.
Yeah.
Go watch Tatman. I'm just naming things I see on my list.
Oh yeah. It's another news story. Oh yeah, back to the priest thing. I remember. So wait, what was your denomination where you had the big jacuzzi-sized baptismal pool in church?
I was thinking about this the other day. My parents, we changed denominations a lot. And like, as I get older, I'm wondering why that was. I never thought about it. It was just like, oh, we got to go to a different part of town to church, like, kind of thing. But like, we were Nazarene.
What the fuck is that?
That was the least cool one. That was like, you had to sign a thing where like you would never, you couldn't dance. You couldn't do all this stuff.
Oh
like my
God,
mom,
dude.
you had to sign a thing. Like my parents got, my dad was a graphic designer and he designed something for Pepsi. And like after they quit doing Christian music, my dad was a graphic designer. He designed some stuff for Pepsi. Michael Jackson was playing, I think like the Dangerous tour, like in the early 90s. He was playing like Richmond, Virginia or something like that. And Pepsi gave my dad like front row tickets to see like a Michael Jackson concert. Yeah. And they couldn't go because they'd signed a thing with the church that they wouldn't like encourage dancing or like secular music kind of stuff like that.
Jesus.
So yeah, that was a crazy one. The Nazarenes were a little out there.
Do you think that your parents thinking back on that were like, that was stupid. We should have gone to the Michael Jackson show?
Yes. I mean, they were like that at the time.
They were.
They were like, this sucks, but we signed a thing and, I don't know.
Oh my God.
What were you? What was your denomination?
We were Episcopalian and we didn't have like a dunking thing. Like for us, baptism was like a baby. There was like a basin and they would just like drip water on the baby.
Oh, okay.
And if an adult did it, I think they would just like splash you in the face and that was
No, we had a thing where you'd put on like a thing, like a robe.
Did you do this?
I did.
How old were you?
It's probably like 10. 10. And then they put you're in the thing, and then the pastor dips you under the water and then brings you out. Mm-hmm. That's what we did.
Sounds very.
But we ended
very
up. My parents. It was awkward. Yeah. It was very awkward. My parents ended up evangelical.
Yeah.
Which is like.
So what does that really mean? I don't really know much about it. Does that mean they're mandated to go spread the word? Like they have to be aggressive and like bringing it to non-believers? That's so obnoxious, right?
Yeah. But that is the largest religion in the United States.
And no shit.
Yeah.
And so do they do it? Do they like, do you have a quota for the year of people you have to like?
No, it's not like a quota, but it's like a lot of the sermons and the messages are for, what's the word? I'm struggling with the word here. It's not proselytizing.
Proselytizing, yeah, sure.
Proselytizing, yeah.
I mean,
going out,
evangelizing. I think is also the word, right?
But going out and spreading the word. That's someone says I grew up in evangelical. Yeah. But I believe it is the largest single denomination in the country. Yeah.
McBurgertown Burger says, I looked it up. Mila Kunis totally did get her throat ripped out by a jet ski. It was in Hawaii. Yep, it was in Hawaii.
Yep. We're not making any of this shit up. This is all real. This is Newsboyz. It's all true.
Well, fact check. Catholics are larger, apparently, than evangelicals, according to somebody. I don't know what the verdict is.
No, I'm talking about in the United States.
Okay. I don't know what they're referring to, but sure. That sounds legit.
Catholics, I think, are largest worldwide.
Yeah. Ranch or blue cheese? Trevor, what do you say? Ranch or blue cheese?
Not into either, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you screwing, Zach? I don't know. It's on my desk. Nothing. I'm not screwing nothing.
You use that in the Buckerson and Myers to great effect. I thought it was actually, you used it when you poked the person's eyes out, and I remember being like, oh, that's cool. He's got a thing.
Yeah. People are really liking the most recent episode of Buckerson and Myers. A lot of people say it's the best one, which is cool.
Really,
pretty
the
cool.
best one?
Yeah, well, it seems to be the consensus.
I liked it. It's I feel like we're getting to the end of it.
I don't know, man. I don't know about
I feel like shit's about to fucking. I feel like Sam's about to fucking die. That's basically.
Yeah, someone's gonna die.
Yeah.
People are saying, Zach, you have something on your face. Multiple people are saying this. I can see my face. Fuck you guys. You're all banned. No, I don't. What else? Let's look up another one here. Judge orders Twitter to unmask FBI impersonator who set off Seth. What is it? Hang on. Let me get this thing up here. Seth Rich conspiracy. I don't even know what the Seth Rich conspiracy is. Do you?
Seth Rich is the guy who was murdered in D.C. He was murdered
I don't know about this.
He was murdered a couple years ago, and there was rumors that he was some of WikiLeaks sources. Like I think he worked for the Clinton campaign. Oh. And then he was murdered in like a mugging that went wrong or something. And then and people were saying like, oh, that was like Julian Assange's source. I don't know if that's true though. I think like his family, because I think people kept let me see. Someone says he worked for the DNC. Am I getting this right, by the way, chat? I'm not sure if I'm getting this accurately, but I believe like his family was like, it's not true. But it doesn't go away. There's a lot of conspiracy and rumors that he was murdered by like the Clintons because he leaked some DNC things. That's who he is.
Huh. Yeah, so apparently, I guess so a federal judge ordered Twitter to reveal the identity of an anonymous user who allegedly fabricated an FBI document to spread a conspiracy theory about the killing of Seth Rich, the DNC staffer who died. Okay, gotcha. What do you think of that? I know we're going to disagree on this because we've talked about this like before, similar things.
Well, I love conspiracy theories. I love them. I never want them to stop. I want more. I just want conspiracy theories all day, every day. Now, I do think it's destroying our country, so that gives me pause. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, you know, I think if they have a smoking gun that somebody fabricated something, they should. You know, I mean, if it's I don't know if there's a law that's been broken.
So you think that Twitter should turn over the user? That's really what's.
I don't actually. I don't think I do.
Yeah, because I remember you were not for Apple unlocking phones for the FBI. Right?
Yeah, I think it depends. Like if it's like something where someone is going to do like a terrorist attack.
Yeah, but dude. I mean, this guy's forging an FBI document. He's fomenting incredible civil unrest, right? These Michigan militia guys are getting all whipped up over QAnon and all this kind of shit.
I don't know how I feel. I actually feel like at some points, like I don't like all the spying that goes on. Mm-hmm. Like I don't like that everything you say is recorded and they can always check through it later. I really appreciate what Snowden did, and bringing that to our and I think that a lot. I think we're going down a really bad path with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there are. I mean, there should be some exceptions where, if they're like, look, this is a clear and present danger that's about to happen. We need this info. Sure, but I think that should be very, 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 seldom, and it should be very. I think you should have to really prove it. I don't know if that even works though.
Yeah, I just worry about people just forging FBI documents, willy-nilly and just, whipping people into a frenzy. It seems pretty fucking dangerous.
Someone says, Trevor's afraid to speak out against the ruling class because he's been threatened after the Sic Semper Tyrannis skit, is my guess. That is not true.
Okay. It's interesting. That's a conspiracy theory right there.
Yeah.
One is being birthed before our very eyes. It's adorable.
Yeah.
Hey, little theory. Hi. He's brand new.
No, I mean, I am against spying without any sort of warrant. I guess what it comes down to, it's like you can always play an exception game though, where someone could be like, what if this is about to happen? And you're like, okay, well the odds of that are so finite and minuscule. So I guess I would just say, yes, I am against any sort of info sharing.
Yeah.
That would be my blanket rule, is that they should not be giving information out.
So yeah, I'm on the other side. I think that that guy who did that is causing real damage to society, and I think that he should be turned over.
But then isn't it a slippery slope where it's like, and I hate that term, slippery slope, actually,
Why?
but like, because I just feel like it's just overused, and it's you know, and when I heard it all the time, it was a religious school thing where they're like, you know, hey, smoke a cigarette, then it's a slippery slope to
you French kiss a girl, it's a slippery slope. Yeah, I get you.
So, but I mean, I do think that there is, you know, once you start, everyone tries to like, it's the whole give a mouse a cookie thing. You know, if you
I do
start,
not know what you mean by that.
well, you know the book. If you give a mouse a cookie, it'll ask you for some milk.
That's a book?
You don't know that? You don't know that book?
No.
Chat. Does anybody know Give a Mouse a Cookie? Am I being crazy here, or is,
Give a
or
mouse
is that
a cookie? I've never heard that, dude.
Yes? People are like, yes. It's a book.
Right.
So there's a book that goes, if you give a mouse a cookie,
People are like, what the fuck, Zach? Zach, yes, it's a thing. All right, keep going.
This is how the show ends.
Yeah.
Like, we can't do this anymore.
And we went from 1,100 to 200 right then.
But it's like, so you say like, okay, well, in some extreme circumstances, Apple can give your info over to the government. Well, then, like, every time, like, you know, it just as life goes on, as time goes on, as years goes down on, they'll widen those rules. You know, they'll be like, well, you say like, oh, he's a threat to society. Well, then a threat to society could be, you know, it'll just get looser and looser and looser. And then eventually everyone's sharing everything, and, you know, and we're basically, but the other thing is we're already in that situation. Like, they have all your shit.
Yeah. Like if you feed a mouse a cookie.
Like if you feed a mouse a
come
cookie.
and ask you for some milk. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone says this stream is a threat to society.
Okay. Well, fuck off. This is a horrible format for conversation. I don't think so. I like it.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn the air conditioning on. Figure out what we're gonna cover next. Hang on. We got more news to get onto.
Let's see. Everyone's excited. There's the chair. Bum, 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 bum. What is there's a sticker on the chair? Let me see if I can blow it up. Figure out what it is. No, doesn't work. Oh, is it I voted? Okay, the chair voted. That's nice. I actually registered to vote this week. I'm gonna vote. 40 years old.
Week? Is that what you said?
I registered. Yeah, 40 years old and registering to vote.
Come here, good boy. Come here. All right.
So.
Oh yeah, everyone loves this chair, Trevor. They like the chair more than
I know, we were talking about it.
Oh yeah.
So hey, let's do a poll. How's the chat voting?
How are they voting? What, Trump?
How are they voting?
Oh God, I shudder to
Trump or Biden?
You really want to do this poll?
Put a poll. Let's see, just to get a the pulse of the nation, so we can have an idea.
All right, Trump, Biden, or none, right?
Yeah. Or I think we should do like an election night Newsboyz.
Oh my God, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Boy. Look at this little man.
Did you do a poll? All right.
I did.
Let's see how it's doing. Ooh, looks like Biden's winning.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
Trump's got 14, 64. I mean, this is a landslide here.
Yeah.
Non is not voting.
Non is
pretty
beating
well.
Trump, which is a little sad to me, but what are you gonna do? It's all right.
You know what? I don't vote in every election. I have voted before. I haven't voted in California before, but it always bums me out when people, or not bums me out, but I always think it's stupid when people get mad at people for not voting, where they're like, it's your right. It's your, like, you know, it's like,
your responsibility. It's your right. Yeah.
Your responsibility. It's like, well, the people who died for that freedom weren't dying so that everyone had to vote.
Sure.
They were dying so that you had the option, you had the right to vote.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to vote, don't vote. I think you should vote. I think everyone should vote. But like, if you're a guy who hasn't been paying attention, doesn't know what the fuck is going on, and you're not interested, then don't vote. Like, you do whatever you want to do. That's my That's my opinion on everything.
We're not going to see eye to eye on this one either, but that's cool.
You think everyone should have to vote?
No, but I think that it's important. And I think right now, this year, it's more important than it's ever been. I think that we have a real crisis with this dude. And I think that 4 more years of this is going to change the way of life for everyone. And not for the better. So I just don't think this is an appropriate time to sit on the sidelines. I think people got to fucking get active.
Right.
Yeah.
I just think there's some states where that's more true. Like me, I live in California.
Hey, me too.
Yeah. We live in California. Our vote doesn't matter in California. There's a 0 chance that this state is ever going to go.
Right, but that, obviously, but then also, obviously, if everyone had that attitude, we'd be fucked. So.
But not everyone does have that attitude.
I know, but so you just are kind of you're indulging in the luxury of being apathetic.
I'm looking around and I'm like, looks like a lot of people are voting this year.
Sure.
Cool, I get to sleep in, which I'm not doing this year. I am voting this year. So.
Yeah.
Do you know if we got rid of daylight savings time?
No, but I remember that W was really wanting. Remember that George W. really wanted to get rid of daylight savings, and I remember at the time I was like, "Well, that's what he's got to worry about. The motherfucker starts a war." And now I'm like, "Man, I really wish he had gotten rid of daylight savings. That would have been awesome."
Oh, there's nothing I hate more than daylight savings time.
Yeah,
it's so stupid. There's and even the people who try to explain why they have it, it doesn't make any sense. I've never heard anyone explain it where it made any sense.
Yeah.
Where they're like, "Well, it used to be farmers," and you're like, what? Fuck that. Farmers got a fucking, what are the birds that yell at the sun in the morning? Chickens. They're fun. They got fucking chickens. Chickens wake them up. We don't need to change our life for,
Oh my God.
And then people are like, oh, it saves some power or something. It saves electricity. And it's not enough to really fucking matter.
Yeah. No. People are saying, slow the fucking chat down. If there's a mod, can we slow the chat down just a little bit? I can do it, but I don't know what it's set at now. Trevor, tell us your theories
Someone
about
says, oh,
Kennedy,
shit.
please.
Hold on. Someone says, oh, shit, the city boys don't know shit about crop management.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's true.
Yeah, but also, we don't know shit about much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
you said, what are the birds that wake you up? Chickens. So, yeah, there it is right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. That's the news show that you're at.
Somebody said talk about Bud Dwyer.
Oh. What about him?
Well, that was kind of an interesting chapter of our lives, right? With the
I know his family.
Yeah. For people who have no idea who Bud Dwyer is.
Mm-hmm.
You want to brief
he
him?
He was a guy who I believe was wrongly accused of, I believe, embezzlement, or no, it was taking a bribe. And
what was his position?
I think I'm going to get this wrong. I think he was the treasurer of Pennsylvania. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But basically, it was a hit on him. It was, I believe, that he was kind of an innocent man who was, framed. It was a political thing. And basically his whole life was crumbling. It was all falling apart. And he killed himself in a press conference. He shot himself, and it was live on television, but it was on a snow day. So everyone,
I forgot about this part.
Yeah, so everyone on the East Coast was home. All the kids were home in the Pennsylvania area watching it. And it became like an urban legend. Not a legend, it was true, but it was it became sort of like a myth thing growing up. And so there was a documentary about it. And I had talked about it, I guess, on things before. But somebody knew that I was kind of obsessed with the story. So they brought me on a panel to talk about, what that story meant to me and my generation as kids who grew up around that time. For the documentary. And then his family was there, his children,
Yeah.
who are now adults, and they were fans of the Whitest Kids show. And so we kind of struck up a friendship after that, because I was on the panel and I was talking to them, and we've kept in touch, and I still I still talk with them, and if they're in town or I'm in town, we'll go and we'll hang out. And
oh, really? You still hang?
Yeah, whenever I do comedy clubs in like their area, they'll come to it and stuff like that. So it's like I'm actually like friends with his family. They're a great family. They're wonderful people.
It's crazy. I just remember we were at the screening for the doc, and they were in the room, and they show it in the doc, and it's pretty upsetting. And I just remember being like, they're just like in the room all the time. It was really fucking wild. Anyway.
Well, they had. I mean, the thing is, I can't imagine. And I honestly haven't really talked about it that much with them. But like, I can't imagine having your father, die in that manner, that publicly.
Yeah.
People who lost people in 9/11, have a hard time watching the planes hit the building, and that's just planes hitting a building.
Yeah.
This is a very graphic video that is publicly available, and I can't imagine growing up with that. So I would assume that there was some sort of them being used to it at that point. I don't know if you can get used to that, but all I know is they're wonderful people. I believe him to be innocent, and and they did that Filter song, "Hey Man, Nice Shot," is about that situation.
Yeah, which is a pretty morbid song, but yeah,
it is a morbid song. Yeah, but it's a good song though.
Somebody said Christine Chubbuck. Now, was she was a news reporter who also did that too, right? I know there's that movie that
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
Christine Chubbuck?
What's that?
Christine Chubbuck?
Yeah, I think that was her name. Do you guys regret censoring?
Someone says,
Miss
"What
March?
The fuck did I click into?"
Only the flagship show of the hottest new network on Twitch.
That's what you're banned for life.
Yeah, and now
you'll never know because you can never watch it again. What did you say? Oh, we're at 1,200. We got 1,200 people.
Oh, flagship, baby. What else, guys? What else?
Guys, do funny stuff, please. You're banned for life.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. We'll ban him. Where is he?
Oh, wait, Trevor, there was a big discussion in Collective Souls about whether or not you were in American Dad, and I was assuring people that you weren't. And I
was.
You were? How did I not know about this?
Oh.
When fuck you. When were you on it?
Like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know how many years ago it was. It was like a Point Break episode, and and so I was one of the surfer bank robber guys, and I think it was me and Adomian. I think Adomian was in it too, James Adomian. Cool. And but it was cool because they like drew me, which was fun to like see like a Family Guy version of yourself kind of thing in the thing. So.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. What else we got? What else we got in this thing? 10 men convicted for gang rape in Germany. Yikes! Let's pass on that, guys. Oof.
You don't want to riff about that for a little bit?
Wait, Trevor, got any good gang rape stories? Wait, remember we did talk about gang rape remember Jonesy's Jukebox Jury, Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols? We went on his radio show and we talked about prison rape for the entirety of this show.
Did we? Why?
It was awesome. I don't know. Just sometimes.
But what was our angle on it? How did we just got in there? We're like, do you want to talk about? He's like, do you want to talk about your show? Like, what about prison rape? You want to talk about prison rape? You guys should really talk about meth.
Never done
Have
meth.
Have you never done it?
No.
Me either. I'm afraid of it. I'm scared of it.
Yeah, I remember I was in a room when I was like in my phase where I would do any drug that was in front of me. I remember some guys had meth and they didn't have enough for me. And I remember I was like, fuck. They called it glass. I was like, oh, fuck, man. Come on, guys. And they're like, no, dude. And now I'm so glad I never did. Because it's got to be great. Like, when I was shooting in the Redwoods this year, like, I was up in, like, Northern California. There is so much meth up there. These people are, like, it is, like, The Walking Dead.
They love it. It's great.
They love it. They can't get enough.
Can't get enough.
But it's just wild. Like, meth must be so good.
Well, I've
like,
heard that all you
reduce
do
to
is
that.
you basically sit in a motel and you like jack off. That's all like people do when they do meth is they sit around and masturbate for hours. I don't know if that's true,
Oh my
but like
God.
that's what I've heard. Does anybody who's done meth in the chat? Well,
Oh, you know
it-
somebody in this chat has done meth.
is it
no
people
way.
just jerking off by themselves in motel rooms?
Yeah.
Stay
Trevor
up
has
for
it right.
days. Yeah. So I mean, like, all right. I don't know. The thing about meth is like meth has a very bad PR campaign.
Yeah.
Like I've never met anybody who is rad, who is currently doing meth.
Yeah.
You know, like, well, you'll meet like a cool dude who like, you know, does coke, and you're like, wow. I mean, he's pulling a, it's a stunt. You're like, wow, he's doing fucking coke and he's like living all right. He's doing, you know, he seems all right. Like, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like, you've never met a meth guy and been like, oh, he seems like he's doing great.
I'll tell you though, if you catch a meth head on the right part of the curve, they're the most helpful people in the world. When we were shooting, we're like up in Willow Creek. It's like an intersection in the middle of the redwoods, and we're like filming this thing, and this minivan like sees us, and I see them like pull a Yui, fly into the parking lot where we're taping. The doors swing open, and this fucking meth head with like piercings everywhere. He's got like Janko jeans. He's got to be in his 20s, but he's balding and he's rotting. Like he's he's rotting in front of our eyes. He comes running up at us, and I was like, "Oh, we're about to get robbed by a meth head." And he's like, "Hey guys, great camera. What you shooting? What are you shooting?" We're like, "It's like a Bigfoot sort of a thing." He's like, "Oh, okay, you got to check the statue." He like for 10 minutes told us where all the Bigfoot stuff was. Asked if we needed
horrible.
help carrying our shit. It's just like fucking.
I would rather be robbed
Yeah, it was
than
pretty
have
horrible.
some talky dude come up to me. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like, yeah, you don't do a drug that's going to make your face rot. Just, you know, you could do mushrooms every day, all day. Your face isn't going to rot off.
Yeah. I had a landlord that injected meth on the daily, would have no idea unless you saw him doing it. Looked like a normal fat dude that smoked pot. All right, hey man. They say Bob Dylan still shoots heroin into his veins. You know, sometimes people just find the right fucking recipe and they just ride it forever. I don't know.
But he's so fucking rich, he could get like heroin that's not going to kill you.
Well, wouldn't we have said that about Prince and Michael Jackson too? You know,
They didn't die from heroin. They died from
fentanyl? Both of them?
Prince was fucking around with painkillers or stuff like that. And
what do you think heroin is, dude? It's the same thing.
no, but I mean, like he's taking pills. Like I mean, like heroin, isn't it? Like, you know, like wasn't it there's an album that the Rolling Stones did where they had medicinal grade cocaine
I have no
or
idea.
something. Like and Michael Jackson was like fucking, you know, taking the shit that you put people under for surgery every night when he went to bed. Like
That is crazy, dude.
it's amazing he lived to be 50.
Yeah.
Like yeah, he was an idiot.
Yeah, I think it was fentanyl. I think both those guys. Am I wrong, chat? Somebody says Profavol. Somebody says
Profadol
fentanyl.
was Michael Jackson. It's what they my writing partner, he's older than me, and so he's got to get the fucking thumb up the or the colonoscopies every year.
How old are you when you have to start doing that?
50. You started at 50. So they start rooting around in your butt like at your doctor's appointments every year. But you have to
They start rooting around in your butt. Chat says
do.
40, by the way.
No, because I just turned 40 and I was worried about it. And then my doctor was like, no, it's 50 now. And I was like, but he just might think I have a gross butt and doesn't want to fucking root around in it. But like my doctor said it was 50 now. So he, so like my friend goes and he gets it. And, you know, you basically, you have to drink a drink the night before, which just makes you shit all over the place. Like everything that's in you comes out. Like it basically just turns your intestines inside out. Everything's out.
Is it
completely
painful?
vague. Well, no, I think it's just you just shit everywhere.
Okay.
Like so you basically on nights when he's got to do that, he's like, all right, I'm just gonna get a bunch of movies. I'm gonna stay in my house. I'm just gonna shit all night. And then that way when you go the next morning, they give you prohifenol, the Michael Jackson go to sleep drug, and then I don't even know what a colonoscopy is. I assume it's like not a finger, it's a machine. Like they put a machine in your butt, and they look around, and then there's like no shit in there, so they can get a good look. And my friend is like, it is the thing I look forward to the most out of my year.
Are you
because
fucking kidding?
he's like, he's like, I count down the months until I get my next colonoscopy because the prohifenol is that good. Like
okay.
Yeah, he's like, they put you on this thing. He was like, I get why Michael Jackson did it. Like, if you had the money to just have it every night, I would do it every night. Like, it's just incredible. He's like, it's the greatest drug that was ever invented. You just feel so amazing. And so, like, he loves it. So, I mean, it's supposedly pretty great.
Ugh. Wow.
Yeah.
And you get your ass jetted with hot water, which is probably not so bad, right?
You probably don't even feel it because you're on prohifenol.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you this story about when I had my wisdom teeth taken out? I was like,
No.
I was like 19 or 18 or something like that, and I was like home in DC, and I had my wisdom teeth taken out, so I have to go to the hospital and like get put under, right? And my mom's gonna like, drop me off and pick me up and take me home. So I go under, and then I wake up, and my mom is in the hospital room, like as I kind of come to, and she's like, "What did you say? What did you say?" And then I go out again. And then I like wake up in the car and my mom's driving and she's yelling at me. She's like, "I can't believe you said that. I cannot believe you said that." And then I nod out again.
You and I had the same upbringing.
Yeah. Then,
none of us had chill parents, but every time I hear one of your stories, I'm like, your parents seem way less chill than even mine.
Well, my mom has actually become very chill. But
really?
But she
to yell at your son coming out of surgery? Like...
Well, wait till you hear what yeah. So then I get home, and I'm asleep, and I finally like wake up in my room, and my mom is sitting on my bed, and she's like, "Zach." I was like, "What, dude?" She's like, "You said when they were putting you under, you said that was just like heroin. Can I have some more, please?" I was like, "What?" She's like, "You said it was just like heroin." I was like, "Wow, no." Yeah. She was like, and I was like, I don't know what I'm talking about. No, I never did heroin. It was, it was fucking horrible, man.
Ugh. Nah, I get her yelling.
Yeah, I give her a pass on that one, dude. What?
How old were you?
19.
I got my wisdom teeth taken out literally the 2 days before senior photos.
Oh my God, you must have been fucked up.
Yeah, I thought, no, I mean, it was hilarious though, because I was like a very underweight, like, like skinny guy.
Yeah.
But if you look at my senior photo, I look like the fattest fucker in class. Like, cause it's just my face and it's like swollen because I had all 4 taken out.
Wait, do you have it on the shelf behind you by chance?
No, I don't think I have my yearbook.
Okay.
I can find it at some point. I think it's probably at my parents' house. Like, my parents probably have it. But
do they even do yearbooks anymore? Chad, is that a thing? Do high schools today press and bind yearbooks? They don't.
No,
right?
because there is no school anymore. Everyone just sits at home on Zoom.
Oh, they say yes. Yes, they do. All right, cool. They say yes, they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam
the
and I
funny thing
swapped
about
at the SVA yearbook, so I'm Sam Brown and he's Zach Kreger, which is fun for us and no one else, but whatever. Yeah, okay, all right. You guys got yearbooks. All right, good.
I remember like they would always have like a whole yearbook that would be a club, yearbooks. And it was always like the biggest fucking dorks of the entire school would be on yearbook club. And then is this just me? Like where they would have a yearbook committee.
Yeah.
And
I was not part of that, but yeah.
No, but it was always like the kids that are like, never got invited to parties. Never, like, it's like the lamest kids, they would all go to yearbook committee. And then they would just make sure the yearbook was all pictures of them and their fucking nerd friends. Like, besides the sports pages, it would just be a picture of like, some like gangly girl sitting there with her friends. And you're like, who the fuck is this person? Because they never ate with everybody else. Yeah. They're out eating in a table in the woods, like, hiding. So, but
did you have a senior page?
No.
You didn't?
No.
No, we did. We had a senior page where you got to like put whatever you want on your own page. My shit is so fucking embarrassing, man.
What did you do? What did you put?
Oh God, it was like a collage. It was like a punk, because I was a really punk, so it was like a punk collage of like fucking. I remember in the middle was like a hand passing dynamite to another hand, which meant something to me at the time. I remember I had a quote from this band Subhumans that was, this is so cringy. It said, "Nobody says anything on buses, and that's why people kill themselves." Were like the lyrics that I thought were really deep at the time.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, dude. And then I had a
No
quote.
one says, no one says anything on buses.
And that's why people kill themselves. I think that the message of the song is probably supposed to be like, we're a fucking society of isolation, mate. We're all fucked. You know, everyone's a stranger and an enemy, man. You know?
We should all be talking on buses.
Yeah, like that's the last thing
Can
I
you
want.
imagine
I'd kill
something
myself
worse?
If I had to talk to everyone on a bus. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
But then I had a quote that I actually think is kind of rad, and it was from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was like a dialogue chunk, and it was like, do you believe what that guy said about like astrology and the zodiac and all that? And the girl goes, I don't know. And he goes, do you think that guy will follow us here? I don't know why, but even now I'm like, that is the most cryptic chunk of dialogue. And I don't know.
That's kind of cool.
I was like, that's cool. I support myself in that.
How long did you design your own?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I did it in a day. You know, I never put effort into anything.
Now, how do you design it back then? Because there's no Photoshop.
I cut a bunch of fucking magazines and punk flyers and like put them on a piece of paper and Xeroxed it. You know.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, they wouldn't let. I don't know that we didn't do senior pages because I don't think they
wanted.
wanted.
Like a religious private school, isn't that why?
Yeah, very very Christian private school, and they were probably like, we don't want. You know, half of these kids don't want to be here and are like problems. Yeah. So like, you know,
they're all going to embed secret messages. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not let these people have a platform.
Yeah. Trevor, did you ever go through any phases? Gangster, emo, punk, goth, skater, etc.
I remember when I was 18, so I graduated high school on a Friday, and I bought a Greyhound ticket to LA for the Saturday afterwards. So my graduation ceremony was Friday. That's pretty amazing, dude. So the next morning I got on a bus and went out to LA and just started doing stand up at like the Laugh Factory and things like that, just doing open mics. So I'd literally been like out of school like 3 days or 4 days. Like it was doing it. It took like 3 days to get across the country, you know? So my whole, like a lot of people like change themselves when they go to college. Yeah. Like, you know, they're just like, well, you know, it's a new start, new people. What do I think that I am? What would I like to be like that? And I grew up on a cow corn farm. So there's like, I don't know shit about the real world, but I go out, I'm like, I'm going to change myself. I'm going to be a stand-up comedian out in Los Angeles. I'm going to like, you know, do the Laugh Factory and stuff. What I did was I frosted my tips.
Oh, you got to frost those tips. You're going to go to LA, baby.
Frosted my tips. And I rollerbladed everywhere because I didn't have a car. And so I lived in South Central Los Angeles. So I would basically take the bus to Sunset and then rollerblade down Sunset. And I never rollerbladed before, like I got out there, but I was like, I got some rollerblades at a thrift store, you know? And so I was like, well, this will be my transportation in Los Angeles. So I was also, I'm like 7 feet tall. So on rollerblades, I'm like 7.5 feet tall with fucking bleached tips, just roller skating around, listening to like a Discman with probably like fucking Bloodhound Gang. Probably listen to like Bloodhound Gang on a Discman, like skating to like open mics. And
so lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone says the biggest gay dude ever. Yeah. So that was my like thing for like not long, because like you're hanging out. All I was hanging out with was like stand-up people.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so like I roll up as like an 18-year-old on roller skates with and also back then to get on like the Laugh Factory, if you didn't have any credits, you had to get there at 10 in the morning and to get on the midnight show.
No.
Yes. And
was it like guaranteed, like you're going on, or did you have to like try out?
First come, first serve. There was like a midnight, or it might have been 11:30. I don't know, but the open mic was late at night, and there was like 20 or no, it's like 40 spots. Everyone got 5 minutes. You go up and you do the thing, but it was first come, first serve. and they would basically take the names as you went into the club. So people started getting there earlier and earlier to make sure that they had their place in line, to the point where you had to be there at like 10 in the morning. And you basically spent the entire day sitting on the sidewalk on Sunset Boulevard in front of the Laugh Factory to go up and do 5 minutes. So I would do that like all the time. But it was cool because that's how you met people. Like you would meet all these comedians, and like you would they'd be like, oh, there's a coffee shop where they're letting, there's only an 8-hour wait to get on to do 5 minutes at this coffee shop. So like you would learn about the other open mics in town, and then I'd rollerblade over there. But I only did that for like a week or two, because then everyone just mocked me so much that I was like, all right, I got to quit this shit. This isn't.
You were like rollerblades guy.
Yeah, I was rollerblades.
Oh my God.
I was a kid from a cow corn farm with bleached tips on rollerblades, driving around like trying to.
Did any of the people that you were like in line with make it? Was like one of them, like one of them was Anthony Jeselnik. Oh my God.
No. I mean, the truth is I would have no way of knowing, because it's not like, of those people that I would hang out with that summer, like I maybe remember 1 or 2 of their names. It's not like I kept up with them.
Yeah.
Like there could have been someone who did that whole gauntlet who ended up making it, but no, there's nobody that I recognize.
You've never had anyone ever come up to you and be like, Trevor, we used to fucking wait in line at the Laugh Factory. Do you remember me? No.
Yeah. I remember, and this is 1998. And so like, also I didn't have a routine. Like I got on the
chat just said, Trevor, do you remember any of your set? Which I think is a good question. Do you remember any jokes?
I remember one joke, which is horrible. But it was like, also I just got on the bus, and then there's a 3-day trip across the country, and so I'm like, well, I'll write my comedy routine there, I guess. And so it's this 1998. So it was, the only thing on the news was Monica Lewinsky.
Okay.
And so I don't even remember the joke, but I made, and also those Got Milk ads were huge.
Sure. I know
where people had, exactly. It's like a very hacky joke. And I had written it, and it wasn't like, I don't even remember the premise, but I remember the premise, but I don't remember how it went. But I would do the joke, and it would do well. Like, so that was kind
jokes, man. We stick with what works. Here we are.
Yeah. So I had this joke that I could always do, and it would do well. And then I remember after one night, one of the open micers was like, let me buy that joke from you. And I was like, what? Like, he was like, he's like, he'll give you like $10 or something. I was like, well, no, I think I'm still going to do it. Like, I'm still going to do it. And then he's like, all right, well, I'm going to do it too. And I was like, okay.
You were like, okay?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like, okay. All right.
Oh my God. That's some murder shit now.
It's not like, I think even at that time I was like, it's not that great of a joke. Like, it's like, it's not,
And also, to be fair, there's probably 30 people doing that joke all over the place in Los Angeles at that month of the year.
Exactly. Yeah.
People say, tell the joke. Do you remember it? What was the punchline?
I honestly don't remember. And I'm not just saying, you know what I do though? I had a cousin who I'd never met before who lived out in LA, and he was a couple years older than me. And I think he thought it was funny that I was just like some fucking, farm kid who came out and was just rollerblading to stand up open mics. So he came with me the first time I ever performed, and he recorded it on a cassette tape.
Oh man.
And I have it.
You do?
I had the cassette tape. It's at my parents' house back in Virginia. Like I honestly haven't listened to it in over 20 years. But I have like the cassette recording of the first time I ever did stand up.
Yeah.
And I remember like because it was my first time doing stand up. So the host says that. He goes, this is his first time ever doing stand up. So I fucking killed.
Oh yeah.
Like,
everyone's giving you the
yeah. Like they're giving me like, a lot of leeway.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna degrade. Tape dissolves over time. You should, if you
it's
ever
probably
want
for the best. Probably for the best.
Zach, when was the last time you got your prostate checked? I've never gotten it checked. Is that? I don't know. Am I in trouble? Do I need to?
Now, is that 50 or 40?
I have no idea, dude. I know Ryan had it done in like his mid-20s. I don't know.
Well, that sounds like something was wrong.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right. Can you check my price? Sure. Yeah. Come over, man. Hype train level 3? Holy shit. Do you want... I've got a lot of offers here. I can't have everyone check it, guys. Let's just go with the first one. Zach, what made you decide to become a comedian? It's so funny. I was actually talking about this on Collective Souls. I don't know what did it for you, Trevor, but for me... Oh, also, by the way, if Nightbot is being an asshole, I tried to deactivate Nightbot. It's not working, so I'll do it. Don't worry. This will go away. I remember at youth group at my church, on like Sunday nights, I would go to my youth group, and there were like older kids that would like do sketches at youth group, and the whole room would laugh. And I remember I was like, I gotta do that. That's it.
That's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a not fun answer to that question. Dude, Trevor. Oh, we found.
How long did you? At what age did you know that you wanted to be a comedian?
It's kind of weird, right? Because I don't think I wanted necessarily to be a comedian above anything else. In fact, in high school, I was in an improv troupe, so I knew I liked doing comedy on stage. But when we met and started doing White as Kids, it was kind of like when it first became a thing where I was like, this will work. This could be it. You know? I
actually remember. I think not. We didn't get into a fight, but I remember one night after like a White as Kids thing, like we were drinking, and I asked you, I was like, do you think you'd rather be a sketch comedian or an actor? And you said actor. And then I was like, oh, I remember being like, I was like, oh shit. Like,
oh,
you know,
really?
because
I'm sorry,
yeah. No. I mean, look, that's what it was at the time. Like, but I remember it was like, I was excited about this thing. And I was like, oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. But I think, whatever. I think that answer was more about like, you can't be a sketch comedian forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But God damn it, you can try.
Zach, what kind of skits did the church group do? I just remember they came out dressed as pilots. They had like a video they showed where they were like in like aviator Top Gun things, and then they came into the room wearing the costume, which like blew my stupid 13-year-old mind. It's fucking dumb.
What was the name of your sketch group in high school?
Oh, the sketch group, the improv group was called Nation of Improv. And my dumbass, I didn't realize it was a riff on Nation of Islam. I thought it was a riff on this punk band from DC called the Nation of Ulysses, because there were some other punk dudes in the thing. So I was like, cool. We like cool music. I don't know if anyone's going to get it, but like far out, man. It's like, no, dickhead.
I didn't realize. Did you ever notice that they weren't listening to any music that you listened to?
I'm an idiot. I'm a very, very stupid person. Oh, my God. Level 5 hype train. All right, we gotta fucking make good on these hype trains. I feel terrible.
We did. We called Kathy.
We called Kathy. We're all right.
Yeah. So, Trevor, do you have the Trevor Moore Show tapes? I do.
Oh, those are good. There's some great stuff in there, man. You had some pretty great bits in that.
We actually used one in White as Kids.
Yes, we did.
2. We used 2.
I know we used the If You Think Of.
Scaring Babies.
But we reshot Scaring Babies.
We reshot it. Yeah.
I got to do some thank yous. I've been slipping in. I feel like we've had some great gifted. We've been all kinds of good shit's going on here today. So let me fucking rectify that for you people. Annie Hayes, I think is the MVP with the gifted, and he's still going hard. So thank you, my man. C.S. Pliskin, thank you, dude. Jesus Christ, you're going off. Gleam Sai, thanks for the Prime sub. Pork Sweats. You're always there for us, Pork Sweats. You're the best. The Old Folks Home subbed. Sam Sab, Griggs Master, Jay Skywalker, 90th. Wow, look at you. Thanks, buddy. Church Fire, Chief Bigsby. Shut the fuck up, Sam. I like this person. They gifted a bunch.
That's a good name.
Yeah, that's a great name.
It's funny how Sam has not called in because there's basketball. Or is it? I don't even know what the fuck it is. Is it? It's basketball.
I think it's basketball.
Yeah.
I think it is. Mario IO, Meat Cleaver 666. Sounds like we got a fucking hatchet head. We got a fucking juggalo in our midst.
We got a juggalo?
Yeah, we got a juggalo in here.
Hey, I would like our fan base to be 50% juggalos.
Yeah, well, we can get there. We can do that.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Yo, everyone in chat needs to make sure that you watched the documentary American Juggalo. It's like only 12-minute long. It is on Vimeo, and it is fucking great.
Dude, I remember when I was like 15 or 16, like I was friends with the pastor at my church's son, and we're you know, we're the bad kids or whatever like that. And he was like, I just heard the craziest CD. I'll let you borrow it. It's amazing. And it was an Insane Clown Posse CD. And he was like, these guys are like rappers, but they're clowns and they're fucking crazy. Like, you know. And I remember going home and listening to it and being like, okay, all right. And then pretending I liked it because I wanted to like be like, oh yeah, it was awesome. But it was like, it wasn't like, you know, I'd heard enough of regular rap.
Yeah.
To kind of be like, well, this is, you know.
Yeah. They suck, dude. But I am fascinated with him.
So it's a Great Milenko. That's what it was. It was Great Milenko.
Fuck
yeah.
Oh, and remember at the end, like, so ICP, like, tell me if I'm wrong about this chat, but like, I think 6 years ago, they came out and they were like, yo, what's the secret? What's it all been about? The answer to the riddle is God. That's right. This whole time we were Christians planting seeds. Maybe you caught them, maybe you didn't. But like they like totally decided to be super Christian. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's one of the greatest twists of all.
Yeah. Nobody saw it coming. That's for sure.
Hang on. Like, you didn't see that coming. You're like, well, yeah, there was no hints whatsoever. You dressed as clowns and just talked about chopping heads off.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, they're.
Oh, can I tell you my Creed story?
Oh, please do. Yes.
So talking about Christian bands, Creed. And this is for the younger Twitch people. Creed was a band that was basically a Christian band.
Everyone knows who the fuck Creed is.
I don't know. It's 2020. Why would everyone know who Creed is?
I don't know. With arms wide open. I'm gonna pull chat. You tell the story. Under the moonlight. They're fucking terrible.
So there was. I grew up in Charlottesville, Virginia, which is now famous for racism, but this is pre that. And in Charlottesville, Virginia, there was only one club in the entire town that you could go to before you were 18, or no, before you were 21. You know, but it was 16 and up, so it was kind of like, and they didn't sell alcohol, and it would be bands, but like all the labels put this club on the map where they would send bands who weren't famous yet. People like bands they had just signed and were trying to raise awareness of them. They would all go through this place called Trax. It was called Trax in Charlottesville, Virginia. And so me and my friends, as soon as we got driver's licenses, we'd be there every night of the weekend. Like, cause we're like, it's cool. There's no parents. Like, you know, you can probably like get cigarettes from people and, you know, you'd see these bands. So we would see all of these bands like before they became famous, but like 2 months before they became famous. And so we go there one night and Creed is playing, and this club is no bigger than like a 4-car garage. I'm trying to like, it's basically a railroad apartment, you know, and there's no stage. So everybody is like, you know, on the same level as the,
it sounds kind of awesome.
Yeah, but so the Creed guy shows up and they're singing a song. It probably was Arms Wide Open because they were singing the stuff that makes them famous, but just like 3 months before they become famous. And we're standing like 2 feet away from him because we're near the front. And then he just starts doing this thing, like, which is his whole move, like, which is he does like a cross and he's singing and everyone just starts laughing because he's just a dude in the middle of the stage. He's on the
ground.
He's right there. It's like if I'm having a conversation with you and all of a sudden you go, and we're like, what the fuck? And we're all like laughing and like, what's going on with this guy? And then like 3 months later, he was like the most famous dude in the world.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
the whole world was like, that's the coolest move when he does the cross thing. I fucking love it. Oh my god.
We saw Matchbox 20.
Who did? What?
We saw Matchbox 20 at that club.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, we saw Matchbox 20, which I don't even know any of their songs. I just know that.
What do they sing?
I don't know.
Are they the ones like, I wish you could step back from that ledge?
No, that's not them.
Who's that?
Matchbox 20. Hold on, I don't know who that is, but that's not them. Matchbox 20.
I would love if I could see them.
What's
that? Oh, I'm singing Third Eye Blind. Okay. Chat is like having it's like having real-time Google all the time. Just like boom.
Yeah. So what did Matchbox 20 do? I'm not going to Google it.
I don't know. Hang on. I'll play a Matchbox 20 real fast right now. Matchbox 20.
I remember Matchbox 20 played, and they sucked.
Yeah. Here's the song. Hang on. Here, Push. It's called. Can you hear this? Oh.
Yeah, we just might feel good.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, that band.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, most of these bands sucked because it was basically like a label trying to put through some like pop shit, and Matchbox 20 kept handing out matchbooks that said Matchbox 20 on it.
But it's not a box; it's a book. All right, whatever.
Yeah, but it was you're right.
Who cares?
It was a matchbook. It wasn't but it said Matchbox 20.
You fucking idiots. All right.
Yeah. But I remember one of the guys, I guess like a PR dude who was with them or whatever, who was handing out the stuff. Like he was like, because there's 20 matches in a matchbook, that's what Matchbox 20 is. And we were like, I'm 16 years old. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Like,
oh my God. Somebody in chat was like, Third Eye Blind is way better than Matchbox 20. If there's a mod, find whoever said that and just ban them for me.
Wait, I don't think they're wrong. I think Third Eye Blind.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just ban that person for life. Thanks. Gin Blossoms. Jeez, I remember I saw Evan Dando. Fuck it. Skip. It's not even a good one.
I was dating a girl for a while who was really obsessed with G Love and Special Sauce.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. That's a terrible musical act.
Oh, but I saw like 3 concerts
Ugh.
because like it was like her thing. And I remember there was this one. Does anyone know? Oh yeah, someone. All right, people know him.
Yeah.
It's not good, but I don't know. I haven't listened to it forever. I didn't like it at the time.
You know what? I actually listened to G Love this year just to be like, was it as bad as I remember it being? It's pretty bad. I'm gonna just hang on. Let me just play chat just like 10 seconds because my issue with G Love is he sings in this affect that is just so like he doesn't speak like that. Like where is he from?
Right.
Like New Orleans in the year 1901. Like
it's the music version of the transatlantic accident where it's like you simply must come up to like see us next weekend.
Yeah, but he's got hang on, here we go. Here's a little sampling for you.
I like it like that, a hip on the back, I walk like a dog, cool like a cat, I dress a kind of fun.
He's just some white dude with an Elvis haircut, and you don't talk like that, fucker.
It's not good.
Yeah.
But the town where I grew up, there was basically 2 bands that always came through. One was G Love.
Ugh.
One was Dave Matthews because he was from Charlottesville, Virginia. So that was like a big one. And then Guster.
Oh.
You ever hear of Guster?
I just heard of them for the first time last week.
Yeah. No, Guster was always playing ever.
And
anyway,
they're terrible, right? I haven't even really listened to them, but
I feel bad because I don't know. Like I was a shitty kid. I didn't like them. But like, someone says Guster's all right. I don't know. Someone says they're decent. All right. They're probably, also it's subjective. I didn't like them.
Whatever.
But G Love. So my girlfriend, she lived in an apartment with her roommate, and I was her boyfriend. And her roommate's boyfriend was like the pot dealer for town, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Like so you'd get all like he just tons of weed and everything. But he was kind of like a really like kind of thugged out dude who was just like really slow in how he'd talk, and he was like constantly like perma-stoned and stuff like that. And so we have to drive up to DC to go see G Love at the 930 Club. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to see G Love again. But I like get in the car with this dude. This dude got roped into it too.
Yeah.
So like our girlfriends are just, talking the whole time. Like, we're gonna see it. And then like we're sitting back here and I'm like miserable going up to this thing. And the dude looks to me and he's looking at his ticket and he goes, so is Glove good? Like he thought the band was called Glove, and I started laughing. I'm like, no, No,
no.
it's not.
It's gonna be a horrible evening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, pretty awful. Pretty awful. Am I being cool? Yeah. Should we do another news story? Should we scroll through? I don't know
Yeah,
if
probably.
anyone's-
Yeah, we've become like Newsboyz.
I know, right?
We become music boys. I mean,
Newsboyz. Yeah, no shit. Killing of staged accident slammer puts spotlight on crazy. What the fuck is this? Hang on, let me open this one up. This looks like a promising lead here.
can I use the restroom real quick?
Go ahead. You sure can.
I'll be right back.
Killing of staged accident. Oh, I hate when websites rope you in. They give you 3 seconds of like the article, and then all of a sudden it's like, disable your ad blocker, subscribe. How's Trevor's chair? What do we think of his chair, chat? Oh, do you like it? Okay. The show is awful. All right, buddy. Thanks, Korean Townhouse. Go fuck yourself, piece of shit. Why are you here? Go look at anything else. There's a whole internet out there, you fucking dick. When he wasn't packing vehicles with extra people and crashing them into big rigs and buses for the insurance money, okay, as federal prosecutors claim he did scores of times, Cornelius Garrison III preferred to roll in... this is a long... What's the story here, dude? Trevor's chair sucks, people say? Hell yeah, dude. Fuck Trevor's chair. I'm so on board with this. My chair rules. Zach, do a backflip onto your couch and land in the sitting position. That would be so cool. Yeah. I could never do that, dude.
Somebody says Trevor's chair sucks so hard.
Yeah, they don't love your chair, man. I'm not going to lie. Chair's
You know who
just
hates
hate.
my wife hates this chair.
She does?
Yeah.
Zach,
She
how many
thinks it's
push-ups can you do? I think 30. I don't think I can do more than that. Probably 30.
Someone says Trevor didn't wash his hands. Yes, I did.
Why is Trevor's chair paying? Oh, wow. Okay, a lot. Do 30 push-ups right now, Zach. Yeah, dude, 9:30 Club. That's where my that's where I got cussed at by Tom York, which I've told that story on stream. I'm not.
That's a
gonna
great story.
That's where that was.
You told that on Conan.
I did.
That
tell
was your
on
Conan story.
Yeah, man. Tell us fun spooky story. Yeah, for Halloween. I have a good one actually. Trevor, while I'm telling this, think of the most scared you've been. What's your scariest fucking situation?
Okay.
I remember when I was probably 12 years old, and my family would go to the Outer Banks of North Carolina for the beach. We go to the beach every summer. And we would go for like a week with this other family, 2 other families actually, the Shays and the Fenners. And they all had kids around the same age, and we would all fucking hang out. It was really fun memories of that time. And at night, we would play like, what's that game where everyone goes, I guess it's hide and seek or
Ookie Cookie.
Like that. Everyone goes and hides, and then some person
Ookie
starts-
Cookie?
What?
Ookie Cookie?
Yeah, you jerk off on each other's faces. But there's no cookie. You just come in each other's mouths. You suck each other's dicks. We would, everyone go hide in the dunes, and one person would have to, Ghost in the Graveyard. That's right.
Yeah.
And the dunes here were like, it was like one row of dunes, like a hill of dunes that would go all the way down the beach, a valley, another hill, and then the beach. So it was like houses, dunes, valley, dunes, beach. And it was tall grass in the dunes, right? So I remember we're all like scattered. It's late at night, and I'm hiding in like the tall grass, and I'm laying there. It's totally still and quiet for like minutes, like probably 10 minutes go by. I haven't talked to anyone, I haven't seen anyone, and I'm looking down like the hall, like the long canyon of these dunes, and I see like way down, like probably 6 houses away, there's a woman alone walking towards me in like the middle of the dunes. And she looks very short, and she has like very long hair that is like coming out over her shoulders. I can just really see her shape, and her hair is like coming down over her shoulders, like down past her back. And she's like, she's just alone walking my way. And I get,
what was she out of 10?
it's just a silhouette.
Okay.
I couldn't make that determination yet.
Yep.
But I'm immediately like fucking scared. And the closer she gets, I start to be like, I could get up and like relocate myself, but I'm like laying in this tall grass. So it's like, maybe that would upset her somehow. I don't fucking know what to do. And so as she gets like 3 houses down, then 2 houses down, and when she's like 20 yards away, I'm like, I'm just not going to move. I'm just going to like lay in this grass and I'm gonna let her just pass me, and like hopefully this is okay. My heart is fucking pounding. It's super creepy. And then she gets about 20, 30 feet away or something like that. She stops, and I can just tell by the way she stops that she sees me. And I'm like, fuck, I'm fucking terrified. And then she like turns her body, kind of aims herself at me, and then starts sprinting right at me. Not down the thing. She's changed her trajectory. She's coming at fucking me. And as she
do you have keys? Do you have anything in your pocket?
I'm so scared. I can't fucking believe it. And as she's running, her hair is like starts to like kind of lift. You know, like the wind. It just looked insane. And I'm just like,
is this a real story?
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you right now. I'm
okay.
This is totally true.
Okay.
She's running at me, and when she gets to be like 5 feet from me, I have never done this in my life since, but like every muscle in me was like a coiled spring, and I go, Gah! And I went from lying to jumping into the air. From the lying position, I just leapt into the air, and I fucking karate kicked this lady in the chest.
What?
Yeah, dude. I was terrified. I thought I was being attacked. I go like, no! And I jump up, and I fucking kick her in the chest. She goes down. I go down. We're both laying in the sand.
Wait, what?
Listen to me. She pops up, and her fucking hair falls off. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm screaming. It was my friend Wyatt. Had his sweatshirt. He had the neck of his sweatshirt on his head like this. He was like walking like with his sweatshirt like this. I could only see the silhouette. I thought it was a lady. He was coming because they had been looking for me for like 10 minutes. They couldn't find me. And he was like, Zach, he's a little kid coming to tell me to like come home. And I jumped up and karate kicked him in the fucking chest.
I love that your friend comes to find you and you go, ah, and you karate kick him in the chest. And he's like, what the fuck? And you're like, I'm sorry. I thought you were a woman.
I did. In my mind, he was a psycho dwarf troll woman who was going to kill me. I was never been more afraid in my fucking life, dude.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's great. I can't believe I've never heard that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was impressed
That's a
with
good
my
one.
karate skills.
Yeah. Did you take karate as a kid?
No. I watched
It's just fucking natural.
Yeah,
I'm a natural.
Yeah. Hey, when I need it, it's there. That's what I know. Yeah.
Some crazy lady comes at me. Oh fuck, it'll kick in.
What about you, dude? You got any? What's the scariest shit? Growing up on a farm, you must have weird, creepy shit happen all the fucking time.
Oh, my shit was fucking. Yeah.
Hang on, hold on. I want to hear it. I want to get another drink. Hang on one second.
Where I grew up was I'm not telling a story. I'll just talk to chat while I go. But where I grew up was really fucking scary because it was in the middle of nowhere. So at nights it would just get black to the point where you couldn't see your hand in front of your face at all. And there's no lights anywhere. We were 30 miles from town, and it was also there's a top secret government base called Peters Mountain that's out there, which is where they basically test. It's where they test planes and stuff like that. So there's constant UFO sightings out there because it's where like the military test shit. And the rumor is that it's a mountain that basically opens up and we have a lot of missiles in it, long range missiles in it. Like, most of Virginia is some sort of secret government thing, So yeah, I lived in a very scary area. But the most scared I've ever been was my parents. I liked my house. I liked going to my friend's house and my house. I didn't like going to, I didn't like camp. I hated camp. And my friend,
summer camp, like sleepaway camp?
Hated summer
Would you
camp.
go every year?
Yes. And so my parents and I would like cry and beg them, don't send me. And they're like, no, you're going. Cause they just wanted me gone for like a week. And so there was the camp I went to was called Triple R Ranch. And it was in the Dismal Swamp, which is an actual fucking swamp in Virginia. Have you ever heard of Dismal Swamp?
Yes, I have.
You can Google it. It's called Dismal Swamp, and it was famous for people disappearing in it. like people would go in and they would get lost because it was so massive. So I went to Triple R Ranch in the Dismal Swamp, and it was fucking horrible. And so as soon as I got there, I was just running like angles. Like I would pretend I was sick. And there was a nurse, the school nurse would let me. Also, I really have a problem with heat. Like I need air conditioning. I need noise. Like I couldn't sleep in the cabins. So I would pretend I was
air conditioning.
I do. I would pretend I was sick. And so then the nurse like let me sleep in her cabin one night. And then I think I came clean with her. I was like, look, I can't, this is air conditioning. My cabin doesn't. I can't I can't live there. Can I just sleep here? And she was like, fine, you can sleep here for the week. And it was fucking great because I'd hang out with all my friends. And then at nighttime, I'd go off to the nurse's cabin and she had every Calvin and Hobbes book. And I remember that being like
the beginning of so many pornos.
Right. But it wasn't. But you know what's weird? She came to my high school graduation.
For you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because I think she thought I was like a charming kid,
Yeah,
and then
she bonded. She felt really bonded to you.
And so like she came to my high school graduation, and I remember being like, I don't. And she was like, I was from Triple R Ranch. I was the nurse. I was like, oh, weird.
She's like, Trevor, we fucked every night for a week.
But so on the last night of camp, like they were like, okay, you should stay at the cabin. Because so I should have known something was up for this, but like I was like, all right, I'm gonna stay in the cabin. Like, I was not happy about it. And so like our parents are coming to pick us up the next day, and I'm like, okay, I'll do one night. And then, like as everyone's going to bed, somebody runs by. One of the camp counselors comes in, slams the door behind him, and was like, everyone get down, get the fuck down, like get the fuck down. And we're like, oh, whoa. And they're like, okay, so there's a prison in Dismal Swamp. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what the camp counselors were saying. And because they're all like 20. Yeah. They're just, last night, we're going to fuck with the kids.
Yeah.
So they're like, there's a prison in Dismal Swamp, and a convict has broken out.
This is great. This is awesome.
And he's trying to find a hostage to take to the border of Mexico. And all the kids are like, what the fuck? You guys are joking. They're like, no, we're not joking. Like, and we're like, we're in a swamp. Oh, it's like the cop who gets killed right before like he retires. I'm like, oh, my parents were coming to pick me up tomorrow. I'm gonna fucking die tonight. Like, and so we're all like scared, and we're sitting there thinking, I'm like
100%. There's no doubt.
I don't believe it 100% because I have older cousins and stuff, and I'm like, I'm like, older kids fuck with you. I know that. But these people are in an authority position.
Yeah. Like,
this seems like crossing a line. Like, I don't know. So what I do is I get one of them, and I'm like, can I talk to you outside? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I have a heart condition.
You're lying.
I am lying. I'm like, I have a heart condition. If I get easily excited, I get palpitations and stuff like that. I was like, I need to know if you're telling the truth, And he goes, okay, it's a lie.
I love this story so much. Keep going.
And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, fuck you. All right. Yeah. Like, he's like, but now that you know, you got to be in on it. I'm like, fine. And he's like, so you and I will go over here, and then we'll come back, and then you say that you saw all the cop cars up at the main cabin, like that, where they're looking for him. And I'm like, okay. So I go back in, and I go to all my friends, and I'm like, guys, it's fucking true. There's fucking cop cars up there. And I remember one kid being like, Trevor wouldn't lie to us. And so like everyone's really freaking out at this point. One kid fucking pissed himself. Like, and it was like, he like just, and I've never seen it before in my life.
Did you
just
feel
someone
bad?
just, no, I didn't. Like, because I was so relieved that I wasn't going to get murdered. And then all of a sudden I'd been taken behind the curtain where they were just like, all right, you're one of the older kids now. That like, he pissed himself. I was like, you fucking idiot. Like, And so then like, so they were like, basically everyone get in their bunks, pretend to be asleep, get in bunks. And they had a guy with a fucking hockey mask, like a Jason mask. and a chainsaw
Oh no.
come by and slam on all the windows, and the kids would scream and cry. Like, kids were crying. They were like on the ground crying, and then he would kick open the door. And so as this was happening to every cabin, we'd be in our cabin and you'd hear all the slamming of like 5 cabins down and the kids screaming.
Oh God.
And as it was getting closer and closer and closer, and then we came in and everyone's like, we're dead. We're just dead people. And I'm laughing my ass off. Like, and I blew it because as everyone's screaming, I'm crying, laughing. And they're like, and it was like, they're like, it's alive. It's alive. Like, you know, like,
oh my God.
But that was, I mean, before I faked a heart condition, that was the scariest I've ever been in my life.
Wait, have I ever told you my Camp Willow Run story when I was 10 years old? I had a camp story. This is kind of the story of like the ending of my relationship with my dad. Like my relationship with my dad snapped and never recovered.
Wait, is this you shitting yourself?
No.
Because you told that story like a couple.
No, that was way later. But like this was kind of what made the rift. That like that was I was 10 years old. We went to the beach in North Carolina. On the way back from the beach up through Virginia to DC.
Where did you go, by the way? Did you go to Corolla? Did you go
We went to Avon in Cape Hatteras.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I had agreed like months earlier that I would go to this summer camp called Camp Willow Run. It was Sunday to Sunday. It was a sleepover camp. I'd never been to camp before. And they were going to it was on the border of Virginia and North Carolina. And they were going to drop me off at Camp Willow Run, and then they were going to drive like the 5 hours. I don't know how long that drive is. It's considerable. Then they were going to drive. DC? Yeah, up to DC.
Yeah.
So I don't even think about it. Like camp is like this abstract thing in the future to me. It's like not going to happen. And then all of a sudden we like pull the family van into Camp Willow Run, and then it's like time for me to like get out of I'm 10 years old. I'm going to get out and stay here with all these people I've never met and have no idea who they are. And you guys are going to like go home. And
it's fucking traumatizing.
Yeah, I broke down. I started fucking sobbing.
Yeah.
And I had a total panic attack. And I was like, no, I don't want to be here. Like, no, I want to go. I want to get in the car. I want to go home. And
can I point out that I think camp works if you're going with friends.
Right.
But like kids in religious households, they end up going to religious or camps that is approved. So you end up going with kids who you don't know at all. So it's just like, all right, you're stuck in the middle of nowhere with randos, and we'll see you in a week.
And this was a super religious camp too. It was fucking terrible. So so I have a fucking panic attack. I'm sobbing. I'm inconsolable. And my dad pulls me aside and he kneels down and he goes, listen. He's like, this is from Sunday to Sunday. He's like, if on Wednesday you're still unhappy, you still don't want to be here, if you call me on Wednesday, I will come and I will get you. And that was like,
Dad.
That was like all I needed. I was like, I can make it to Wednesday. And so he was like, all right. So they get in the car and I cry myself to sleep Sunday night. I am a mess all day Monday. I am crying myself to sleep Monday night.
Next time, fake you're sick and go to the nurses.
Yeah. Probably. I remember we were doing like a lake swimming thing, and I was so upset. I went go underwater and scream under the water.
Oh wow!
I'd go under and be like, ah! I like didn't want to be there, dude.
That's like shitty indie movie stuff.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, they play the Shins, and I'm like so unhappy. And fucking crack of dawn Wednesday morning, I am like, tell my counselor, I'm like, get me to somebody in charge, get me to a phone. And they're like, no, it doesn't work like that. I'm like, get me to a phone. Like, I'm tenacious. I finally get my way, like, into the main building, in front of the whole camp director. And it's like, clearly I'm violating protocol, but, like, I'm so adamant. I'm like, get my dad on the phone. It's Wednesday. He said he would pick me up. I'm out of here. So he calls my house. And I guess he gets my dad on the phone. And he says, while I'm sitting there, he's like, your son's here. He says, he says he'd like to come home and that you tell them, that you would pick him up on Wednesday.
Oh, this is so sad.
Yeah. And my dad goes, no, I never said that. And he's like, yeah, your dad didn't say that to you. And I was like, and that was it, dude. My dad and I were not friends after that.
That's brutal.
That was pretty brutal. Yeah.
Dude.
I know.
That sucks.
I know. And when you're that old, it's like it's shattered something that
Devastating.
could never be put back together, you know?
Yeah. No, that's life changing.
But you know what's really fucked up, though? Is after that, when I realized there was no escape and I was just here till Sunday, I started to enjoy camp, which is really fucked up. And I didn't cry anymore. And then I remember on Sunday when my mom came to pick me up, I saw her from across the field and she was like, "Hey!" And I remember I had to oh yeah, she's expecting a big reaction. I had to pretend.
Wow.
You know, it was like,
well, it burned your connection with your parents. Like you were like, it was like I'm not with you anymore. I'm with other
camp
people.
Kid now, Mom.
Yeah,
I belong to camp now. Yeah.
See, I kind of had an opposite story of that where it was I got in trouble in 3rd grade. I had a big fat principal, huge fat guy, like a big
Why am
circle
I laughing
of
at that? You had a fat principal, dude. That's fucking amazing.
No, but you know how some people are just circles?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like one of those guys, just a spherical dude. And he was always like, all right, if whoever gets the best grade on a test gets to go have McDonald's with me on Friday mornings. And so for some reason, because we're in 3rd grade and stupid, we're just like, oh my God, having McDonald's with my principal would be the best
Kids
thing
are
ever.
so stupid, dude.
They're so stupid. It's like if you read all these books, you can have a pizza party with your school. It's like, motherfucker, I eat pizza every Thursday. Like it's not a because my mom doesn't want to cook. Anyway, the McDonald's thing is I'm just giving you an idea of how stupid I thought this guy was, but I liked it at the time. I was like, I got 100 on my test once and I got to go eat McDonald's with my fucking principal.
Just the two of you?
No, it was one boy and one girl. And it was, I had a huge crush on this girl, Melanie. She was from Hawaii. And she just I thought she was super cute. And her dad worked on a submarine. He was in the military.
I was like, gotta be military. Yeah.
I was like, this is the fucking coolest people I've ever met in my life. Her dad runs a submarine. She's like a Hawaiian girl, and so Melanie and I got the 100s, and so we got to go eat with the big fatso. And anyway, this is not the story. The story is I got in trouble. I basically had a puppet that I would play with at lunch, and I would eat food with it and get mayonnaise everywhere. And then teachers would yell at me and I would only talk as a puppet and be like, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to eat like that. And then I'd go and one day they were like, go put the puppet away. And I used my hand to grab the doorknob. And I got mayonnaise all over the door. And all the kids were I was basically just doing whatever I was reading the room. And I was like, this is killing. I'm going to keep doing it like that. So they sent me.
This is killing.
Yeah. They sent me to the big fat principal, and he was and he would spank you.
What?
This was a school where you got spanked.
Was this a private school?
Of course.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. There's a private Christian school. It's called Northside. I can't get in trouble for saying the name of the school. No, I went to school. Fuck it.
They did it. Fuck them.
Yeah. I just don't want him to sue me and be like, I wasn't that fat.
Yeah, I hit you, sure, but I was not a circle, you son of a bitch.
No, so they would spank. If you got in trouble, you get spanked.
Hard?
And yeah, like a paddle.
With a weapon?
Wooden fucking paddle that would be over his desk. So he sits here, this wooden, it's just a fucking instrument of fear. This is what the 80s were.
Hit with the paddle?
Well, this is the story. This is what the 80s were like, by the way. Thank God that you Twitch kids are born now. So the one thing that he had to do was get permission from your parents to spank you. And so and everyone gave him permission because they were like, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Sure.
We're all on the same, this is why we're here at this school kind of thing. And so he sits me down and he's like, well, you're going to get spanked, for this like that. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I've Trevor, you've really fucking done it now, And he's like, going to call my dad. He calls my dad. And I'm sitting there just sweating. And he talks to my dad. He's like, your son was doing the puppet thing again. I don't know how he said it, but he was very disobedient. He was disrespectful to teachers and stuff like that. So I would like permission to spank him. And then I just watch as he goes like, okay, you can just deal with it at home. All right. And he hung up, and I remember being like, you can't fucking do it. You can't fucking do it. And he was so fucking demoralized.
Oh.
Like, he had nothing at that point, where he was just like, you can't give me the detention. Like, I'm in 3rd grade. My parents have to come pick me up. They fucking work. Like, kind of thing. So he had nothing, no power over me. And it was fucking awesome.
Oh my God. Do you think that part of him had like a secret thrill when he got to spank a kid? Do you think he derived pleasure from it?
I don't know. I don't think big fat guys like exerting any energy. Like,
Dude,
he probably like.
You don't put a fucking board that you use to kids above your chair unless you like it. Fuck that guy.
Well, you know what's weird is like, so I have a kid.
Yeah. Somebody goes, this'll really piss off the kids. That's where that sketch comes from, dude.
Yeah, totally. Like I have a 3-year-old, and like I think before you have a kid, you kind of are like, oh, it's crazy that like parents like hit their kids and stuff like that. It's crazy. The world's crazy like that. But then I think when you have a kid, like, and my kid's bad a lot, but the idea of striking them,
right,
is so fucking foreign.
Yeah.
And bizarre, like it has no place in like where it's really weird. Like I think once you have kids, you're like, I don't understand spanking.
But it was so prevalent, dude. Everyone spanked.
But I think that's just like how weird we were. Like, I think that people like, I don't know if it was just that people weren't medicated or people wouldn't talk about things. They just festered hate or whatever like that. But it's like the idea of hitting a kid. I mean, look, no, actually, I could hit some kids, but not like my kid. Yeah, exactly. The idea of hitting your kid is fucking insane.
Dude, like, one time I remember I had to be so little that like my parents bathed me. So I was like in the bathtub. I'm getting out of the tub. My dad is drying me off with a towel. I remember my brother was in the tub, so he was present for this. So I'm getting out, and I'm naked. My dad's got the towel, and as I'm getting ready to get dried off, I farted. and your
dad must have just been like, this kid fucking farts and shits himself. Like, he's
So I farted, and then I was embarrassed that I farted, so I go with my mouth. I go like maybe I could pull this off. Maybe he'll think it was my mouth. You know what my dad did? He spun me around, and he fucking spanked me on the butt. And he goes, that's for trying to cover it up. And then dried me off. It's like, what's the lesson here?
Well, wait a minute. Was it hard? Was it mean? Like it was punishment.
It was a punishing spank.
Because that's kind of a funny thing.
That's for trying to hide it, I think is what he said.
That's weird.
I know. What a psycho, dude. If we fart in this house, we own our farts.
Yeah. Dude, your dad was weird.
Yeah, no shit. My dad was a maniac. Did I tell you, like, the last time I saw my dad, like, he had so many close calls where he, like, for Chad, who doesn't know, my father was a very bad alcoholic who died of cirrhosis.
How old was he when he died of cirrhosis?
I think he was probably like 62, something like that.
That's
it's a horrible way to die, man. It's the worst way. It's a slow, painful death. He had a distended stomach. His ankles were like I don't even know how it was like elephant feet, where like your legs swell so much you don't have ankles. He was like the color yellow, like an unnatural, like when you're dying of cirrhosis, you turn deep yellow. It's awful. It's one of the reasons I'm sober, is because I was like, that's my future. Fuck that, I'm out.
Was that like because like once your dad passed away, you were like, oh, like there could be a genetic connection, like
there's
where
definitely a genetic connection, and I was drinking so much too. I was just drunk all the time, and I just knew I was like, this is my destiny. And I realized my drinking was like the only way I can think of it was like a train headed to one fixed point on the horizon. I was on that train. I didn't have a steering wheel, I couldn't soften it to like go to a more gentle place. It was either I was going to go there or I was going to get off the train. I had two options.
Right.
So I was like, I'm getting off. But this isn't really a funny story. It's just more about what a maniac.
It's
my
okay.
dad
We don't have to be funny.
All right, it's Deep Boys.
Fuck these people who are like, you got. Where's
People
the
like, Jesus,
where's the
Zach, we're here
joke?
for comedy. Yeah, well, yeah, fuck it.
Go
Anyway,
to fucking Swag or Ron Funches is on. We should raid him at the end.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
I like
what time
rating
is it? Are we
Ron.
almost done? It's 10:13. We could
Yeah.
raid soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just
Trevor,
just to
read my
illustrate what
comment.
A maniac he was though. Me and my brothers went down to go like say goodbye because it was like clearly the end was nigh. So we went to Florida to like see him, and we were like he had us like moving furniture around. And I remember I was like lifting this couch with my brother, and we were like sliding around. And he came out in a bathrobe, and he pulled a fucking gun out, and he was like,
Your dad?
yeah. And he was like, ah. And it was like, we were just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we like put the couch there. We're like, give me the fucking. It was like, dude, it was just, he was a maniac, man. My father was a fucking crazy person.
I remember, like, almost as long as I've known you, and we've known each other for almost 20 years. Like, you've thought your dad was on death's door.
There was close call after close call after close call.
Yeah,
for
like,
15 years, I thought like any moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you were always like, my dad's about to die kind of thing like that. And then I remember when it happening being like, it being so foreign, like, because that, I mean, like, just sort of like, and then being like, are you all right? And you're kind of, and I'm sure it's a defensive thing, but you're like, I've known this is going to happen kind of thing. Like,
I mean, we kind of grieved his death before it occurred,
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It was still heavy. I still cried. I did all that shit, but yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
On that note, Ron Funches, everybody. What's he doing? Playing Among Us?
Is that, should we, is that how we
No,
end
we
this?
should not end on that. We should have something else. I feel bad. Thank you, chat. What are we down to? Oh, we hung tight. We're still at around 1,200, so that's all right.
I think this is our largest average. Because I think we hit 1,000 very quickly, and we've been over 1,000 the entire time.
Good for us.
I think this is actually, now we have become the flagship show. This is better than Self Suck Saturday.
Yeah, dude. We fucking
And we would
rock.
like, if you are one of the few people that go to this and Self Suck Saturday, we would appreciate it if you would constantly spam the chat about how this is Self Suck Saturday is not as good as Newsboyz.
No, I don't know.
You don't like that?
Yeah. Well,
I think of this as a competition.
Yeah, I like
And I think
that,
you
too.
and I are partners in this.
I'm
everyone else-
I'm Team Newsboyz for
Yeah,
sure.
everyone else in the troop is my enemy, is our enemy.
Hang on, I do want to do some. We got to thank some people before we get. Before we get out of here, because people have been really doing great tonight, and it's all going to the movie. It helps us tremendously. You guys are the best.
And the goal, honestly, we want to be able to show character designs. We want to be able to record all the audio. I think we're going to record all the audio in November.
Love it.
And then I think that I would like to be able to show everyone the character animations and some of the animatics, because we love this. I mean, my favorite thing that we've ever done is Civil War on Drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Easily,
Is that right?
hands
That's
down.
your favorite thing we've ever done?
Favorite thing we've ever done.
All
I
right.
think, like, where so many things didn't work out with Miss March.
Oh,
I feel like
so many
everything
things.
aligned with it was the Civil War experience was the opposite of that, where everything aligned.
Yeah.
And it was just like I'm so happy with that movie, which also we're going to be putting on Amazon Prime pretty soon.
Do we have any progress with that? Do you have any idea when we're gonna put that up?
No, I haven't.
We got to work on that.
It'll be this year. It'll be before the end of the year.
Okay.
But we're gonna put it up, and when we got the tapes back, we got a version of it that has no bleeps, which has never been aired before.
Oh, good.
Which is,
That's good.
Which is great.
Yeah.
So Civil War on Drugs is my favorite thing that our group has ever done together.
And we're going to release it as one movie. It's not going to be chapters. I see people asking. It'll be one.
Not cut up
continuous
anymore.
thing.
It's one movie, how it was intended to be.
Yeah.
And I think Miss March. I think Miss March. I think
Huh?
I think Miss March is so much better than that. No, but I think the new movie is easily 5 times better than that.
Yeah, I like it a lot more. I do.
Yeah.
I don't. Sam's like, don't say that, guys. Don't say that. Don't hype it. But I don't know. He might be right. But I love it. Fight Barn. You know what we
fucking
should
hype
do
it.
for Patreon when we get our Patreon going. here's something I'll suggest. We should do a reading for our highest tier Patreon people where we could read from the movie that we sold to Paramount. And people probably don't know this. We sold a movie to Paramount called The End of the World.
When we were like 25, because we were 2 years younger than Miss March.
And
we
it's
were
not good. It has some great moments in it, but it's
great.
not good. It's not good.
I disagree 100%.
When we read it live, it was terrible, dude.
I love it. What I love about it is that it's insane 25-year-olds. It's 25-year-old alcoholics who wrote a movie because this was we did the Aspen Comedy Festival in 2005, I think.
I think 6, but maybe
2006.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2006, and that's how we got
maybe 5.
That's how we got the TV show. That's how we won the thing. We were, and then all of a sudden, everybody was like knocking on our door.
Yeah.
And so the things that we did was we signed with Fuse because they said that you could own the show after X amount of years, which nobody else was saying. I think Fox offered us a pilot. And
we
HBO
had like
offered
9
us.
pilot offers. HBO, Comedy Central, Adult Swim. We had a lot. Yeah.
But Fuse was like, you can own the show after X amount of years. So that's what we did. And that's why we're doing this right now. But the other thing that we signed was a movie with someone says, we get it. I know. All right. Yeah, you're fucking banned.
Dude, fuck that.
Fuck
that
you.
person. Yeah.
R. Swanee telling us, fuck you. No, you're fine. So then the other thing that we signed while we were there was this movie for Paramount, where Paramount was like, do you guys want to do a movie? We're like, absolutely. And they're like, do you have any ideas? We're like, nope. And they're like, all right, well, we'll give you some money to like write a movie. And we're like, great. And we wrote this movie called The End of the World. And I love it because it is exactly what it is, which is if you gave a bunch of fucking morons like, money to write a movie, and they had no idea how anything worked, this is what would come out of it.
Yeah.
And to me, it would be a very funny thing to like do, you know?
Yeah, I'd be down. I think we should find the crazy draft because they made us rewrite it and it got worse. I think we should find the original crazy draft and read that. Anyway, we could read that and we could read Fight Barn. So maybe when we get the Patreon set up for our top tier people, we'll do that. That would be really
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I just one thing about the End of the World movie that I'll just bring up is like, and this is exactly how little we know about making anything. There was a time travel element to it, and so basically we all lived to the end of the world, but we would use time travel to go back 5 years so we could live in the last 5 years of the end of the world. So then we extrapolated this, this has been happening for 75 years.
By the way, the end of the world isn't like a billion years from now. It's like one random day there's an apocalypse. So it's like 2002, end of the world, whatever.
Yeah. So the third act of the movie is each person from Whitest Kids being played by 12 different versions of themselves, each 5 years incrementally older.
Yeah, fighting amongst themselves.
Yeah, all in one scene. Yeah. So, like, if you take 12 times 5, there's 60 characters in each scene that are split into 5s of all of us who are each 5 years older. And we were trying to figure out what the 5 years had, like, changed each person. So there was... Every character had 60 every scene had 60 characters in it.
They were immediately like, when they read that, they're like, no to all this. No way. Not happening.
Yeah.
But that was actually a really funny part of that movie, I think.
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. We did good. It got real heavy tonight, but I think that's okay.
I think it's fine.
I actually think
heavy.
This is a great episode of Newsboyz. I think this might be my favorite
the greatest.
episode of Newsboyz. Honestly.
The greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We fucking rocked it. All right, people
Fuck that person who said it wasn't good.
Well, there's always going to be that person. That's chat, baby. So who do we want to raid, man? I saw people said Moist Critical, but I raided Moist Critical today, and he had 26,000 people, and he didn't even notice. So I'm not raiding Moist Critical.
Well, is Ron going to do our show tomorrow?
Yes, he is.
Let's raid Ron.
Well, we could raid Ron, or we could raid Eddie Burback. I'm seeing a lot of people say Eddie Burback. I kind of like to give chat what they want. I'm going to do a vote. So
Ron or Eddie? Ron is going to be on our Self Suck Saturday tomorrow.
yeah, we'll do Ron tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be amazing, guys. Come,
Yeah.
we have access to the new You Don't Know Jack, so we're gonna play it early, and you can watch us.
I am going to be at dinner with my wife for our anniversary, but I am going to be looking at my phone and watching the entire time, and she's going to not like that.
All right, I'm starting the poll. I'm gonna let chat decide. Ooh, it's close.
Someone's Chapo Trap House.
Chapo Trap.
I have
House.
never
Are they on
listened-
Twitch?
I have never listened to that, but I've heard people talk about it.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Have you ever listened to? You never listened to
No,
Chapo Trap House?
No, but I know
What is the deal?
Ivan likes it a lot.
Ivan does.
Yeah,
Adomian likes them.
he does. I'm sure they're
Yeah.
great. I'm sure they're great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone says no, they suck. No, they're dorks.
Chapo sucks. The stick down says this was fucking awesome. See, here's the thing with chat. You gotta wade through like 5 comments saying you suck, you're a cuck, and then you see one person be like, I love you, and then you just focus on that. Thanks.
Someone
guys.
said, congrats on your anniversary. Thank you. Someone said, come town. Good shit. I have, like, I've heard of Come Town, and then I'm old. Like, I'm 40 years old. And I just started looking at some of Come Town's YouTube
Is
videos,
it
like,
good?
in the last week. I've liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, sometimes, are they
It's a
controversial?
podcast, right? It's not sketches. It's a podcast, right?
Yeah, it's like 3 guys that just seem like what I like about them is they seem like they're just good friends
Mhm.
and they're like just like hanging out and they're funny, and like but they like I love. There's a couple comedians that are really not great comedians that I'm kind of obsessed with, and what I've realized after the fact is like they provide a lot of that material. Like they kind of search that stuff out and put it on YouTube.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this is coming from them. That's cool.
Dude,
like,
next Newsboyz, we need to cover some of that stuff. If you're.
Well, I don't want to step on their thing either. Like, because what I didn't realize
Wait,
is
did they
that,
talk about 3-beat slide?
No. Oh, we could talk
Yeah,
about
we
the
could
ones
get
that
into
they're not talking about, but like, there's a couple guys. There's one guy in particular that I'm obsessed with, and like, I didn't find him through them,
Mm-hmm.
but now I've realized there's a treasure trove of. They've been like basically chronicling this guy for years, and it's so. His name's Tom. And my God, I'm obsessed.
We should we should talk about some of this stuff on stream, unless it's, I guess if they're doing it, okay, all right.
Yeah, bong hit transplant. There you go. Like I love Come Town for that.
Also, just so everyone in chat can shut the fuck up about my camera lens. Look, it's this border Sam made. See, now it's all gone. There's nothing on my fucking camera. We'll clean it up later. Good Lord, people. All right, we're gonna raid Ron. This was a success, right? You feel good?
Let's do it.
All right, chat. I love you. Thanks everybody. Trevor,
You guys are awesome. We'll see you next Friday.
And check us out tomorrow at 8 o'clock, I think. 8 o'clock, we're doing Self Suck Saturday. It'll be all the whitest kids except Trevor, Ron Funches, and some other people.
Oh, and also Newsboyz, at least for the next month, will be at 8 o'clock.
Right.
West Coast, 11 o'clock East Coast.
Check the count. I'm going to start keeping the schedule real accurate on the thing.
Yeah. You guys are the best. We can't thank you enough for all the support you're giving the movie. And please let everyone on Self Suck Saturday know that this show is better than that one.
All right. So long. Raid begins. Fucking do it.
Bye.
Later, dudes. All right. Let me end the stream.